Pull the music up. 4.
There's like a natural 5-second delay, I think, on Twitch or something.
I think we're live now.
Here we are.
We're live.
Yeah.
Seamless. Seamless.
Professionals.
We are professionals.
We are.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Modest Guild, where today we have a few announcements. First announcement, as you can clearly see, we have a new look and everything, which we want to say thank you to Cornwall, our local Kenku. We also would like to say that Cornwall is also our new mod. We have a mod now. That's great, in my opinion. We've been needing one for a while, and I'm very glad that Cornwall was able to step up and help us with a few things and kind of get our whole stream looking a little more professional than it was before. As I spray my cat. Anyway. Professionalism. That's all we exude over here in our Modest Guild. Another announcement I want to say is Culture Build will be coming back along with a bunch of other shows that we're planning, including stuff, more content, including stuff like how Colleen was reading the what of Innsmouth again?
The Shadow over Innsmouth.
Yeah, Shadow over Innsmouth, where she came to the realization how racist that story was. I just want you to know, Colleen, I watched that bit where you slowly realized, and that was so funny to watch as you slowly realized it.
I'd only read Dagon before, and I guess he needs more than 8 pages to really get going on the racism. So
more than 8 pages. That's where it really lets off.
Yep.
Yeah. So
H9, whew, doozy.
But yes, so we'll be having a lot more shows. We have nothing. I don't want to say anything concrete right now, obviously, because things might be up for change. So as we get more information on new shows and what our new schedule is going to look like, we'll definitely put that up. The campaign itself will still be every other Saturday. That is
Our mainstay, every other Saturday.
Yep, including this one. So obviously there are more surprises to come. There's some other things we have in talks in regards to doing with our campaign in general, and kind of punching it up a little bit with some stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure the rest of the crew is looking forward to what we've been talking to with and all that jazz.
It's what these kids would call a glow up.
And one last thing is I want to say thank you very much to everyone watching our stream, people who've been watching it for a while, or people coming in newly into this and kind of experiencing this. We all want to say thank you so much. We appreciate everything that you guys, every one of you guys who's staying around here. Is there any other announcements anyone else can think of, or? Nope, that silence is going to take us no. So.
Can't think of anything.
Who wants to tell me what happened last time on our Modest Guild?
Aliens.
Oh my god, aliens.
To be honest, I'd like to know what the fuck happened last time.
Yeah.
Started out as a pretty normal travel day for Dragon's Melody out on the road. We discussed kind of what our plan was if we were going to stop in. Let me look at the map. Unless Grandpa has the name of the town written down. I'm really bad
Small
with
town whose
names.
name escapes us right now.
Which one? Stackton or Srimond?
Stackton was the first one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We decided to forgo stopping in Stackton as it was kind of small-ish for what we were looking for. That night,
Especially since some of us need casting materials.
Yep. We did not think this town was going to have the proper spell components. That night, we stopped, and was Cal's second watch or first watch?
I think you were first.
First watch. Cal goes for a roving watch, which is proper watch standing procedure.
That's patrol. It's called a patrol.
It's called roving
We
watch.
wanted you to do watch, not patrol.
It's called a roving watch, and he found a body in the snow,
As one does.
covered in armor and bandages, and he used lay on hands to heal it and brought it back to the wagon and woke up the group one by one as they slowly discussed what to do. Mihi tried to communicate via message and heard screaming in its head, which I guess is not normal to just hear screams.
I mean, if you
Grab-
use that on me, then
if you
We all know what
cast,
Capriel's service thoughts are.
if we cast, Grandpa cast detect magic
Yeah.
and got magic pings from the armor and from the bandages. I don't
Had
think
no
we were
idea what
told.
it was,
Yeah, we were not told
Yeah.
a school of magic, just that it was magical.
which means it is not. If it's not a school of magic known to us, like, who knows, man?
There was some discussion, and we decided to handle it in the morning. That was not well. The group decided, but then Cal did Cal things, and once again, as his watch ended, went back and talked to this person that we just dubbed Chartreuse because they didn't have a name. They never verbally communicated with us. They just nodded their head no or yes. Cal asked them if there was any way that we could help them, and they said yes, and led us on a very long walk into the snow. We don't know how long we walked, and eventually they led us to just a patch of grass, and they
The
uncovered
weird fucking tendril grass.
weird seaweed and drew a rune over the seaweed, and some demonic bee thing, bee mosquito hybrid from the hells descended on us, and combat ensued. It used a disintegration. Well, tried to use some sort of disintegration ray on Chartreuse. Failed.
It had so many scary things.
So many scary things. Oliphius tried to hit it with psychic damage, but it was instead hit back. Through a nice use of kind of wall of light and just outright damage, we defeated it, and Chartreuse was beamed up back to the Enterprise. It was actually Captain Kirk. He couldn't talk because he can't break the Prime directive. I figured it out.
You got it.
Boom.
Also
I
explains
was
why we
expecting
got
that to be a
magic,
whole
but not a
campaign mystery.
specific school.
Yep.
It's technology. It's not magic. We just
Technology.
technology we don't understand.
So yeah, we were left standing there, looking up towards the sky and the stars, wondering what became of Chartreuse and what the fuck all of that even was.
And we were,
what the fuck?
I don't want to say
indeed?
teleported, but we just kind of appeared back outside the Chorling Turtle.
No, it was right by the spot where you found Chartreuse.
But that's 100 feet from the
Yeah,
Chorling
yeah.
Turtle. And that's the end of the session, going back to bed, scratching our heads.
All right. So, as you guys wake up in the morning, you notice that it's kind of foggy outside. Nothing unusual. It's not like a mystical, creepy fog. It's just, foggy morning. The light of day only being slightly obscured, so you can still see light. You can still see around you. Though the fog does kind of make things get blurry about maybe a few hundred yards away. But nothing too weird. Who wakes up first?
I'd say Lithius
Who had
would
third watch?
I did.
Oh yeah.
Capriel did.
Oliphius would try to wake up and start studying his book again.
I mean, I think we'd all wake up pretty late given what happened. If I remember right, most of us were like, get back to bed.
Yeah, it was really late in the night.
That's fair. All right. Well, if you want to roll me an Arcana check, Alex.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna start preparing my spells for the day.
Would I be
That-
awake when he wakes up? Because I had third watch.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
Okay. Oliphius, I will DM you what you learn in a little bit.
Cool. Thank you.
How's Boulder?
Boulder's kind of like he's snoring. It's a light snore though. It's probably gonna wake up soon.
Let him sleep for now. He makes breakfast.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Okay. While he's making breakfast, Grandpa will go over to Olivius and kind of tap him on the shoulder to see studying. What?
We went to the breaks.
Oh.
There we go.
All right. Yes, if you could get rid of, well, this. That would be wonderful.
It does seem to like you quite a bit. This blue form. You got rid of it with the help of Cal's mother, and then it came right back.
I swear, if it happens again, I don't think I'll fix it the third time.
Well, we'll see. And but I would be happy to make sure that is ready for you.
Well, thank you, Grandpa.
Oh, of course. And then he'll go over to Mihi and say, "I think I'm ready. Today, I think, is the day."
I was just about to ask. She will take off her ring of spell storing and hand it over to Grandpa. Also, if you wouldn't mind, just when you're done, if you could refill those slots with something healing.
Oh, of course. Yes, I can do that for you. How much? It can hold a decent amount in this ring, correct?
Yeah, I believe we have 3/5 of it used up. The rest 2/5 are fortifying seeds. So once you cast it, you should be able to dump 2 spells of the lowest volume or 1 of the second.
Out of character, did you use any of the healing words?
No, I've got healing word 1, healing word 2, and find steed in it. So
okay, gotcha.
Break.
All right. Well, then I will take this. It'll take a little bit of time for me to attune. I will let you know when I'm ready, refill it, and get it back to you as soon as possible.
When you're ready to cast the spell, let me know. I'd like to be there.
Oh, I shall. I'll take the ring and I will begin to attune to it. Okay. Temporarily unattuning from something. You can keep going though.
Mihi, what are you currently making for breakfast?
Kind of use whatever we have on hand. If we don't have anything, I'll just use the Battle Chef Splendid saucepan. But I'm thinking if we have stuff on hand, usually like salted pork travels pretty well. So like maybe, some salty bacon, oatmeal, just really easy travel rations, but very breakfast specific, nicer quality travel rations.
As you begin to cook this meal, and the meat scent begins to permeate the air, eventually you hear something smells good.
Good morning,
What did he say?
Yeah, he said something smells good. I think he's going to wake up soon.
Oh. I don't know if we have enough for him.
We definitely do not.
Unfortunate.
I imagine he'll be able to find whatever he needs to eat.
I wonder how long it's been since he has eaten. I would like to think that he got food for himself while we were in the temple, but
I imagine so.
I never asked.
Well, at least he didn't eat keys.
True. It's the small
Boulder
things.
begins to stand up, and the ground kind of shakes underneath him a little bit.
Good
Looks
morning.
over like, "Good morning. That smells really good."
Would you like a small piece?
I mean, yeah, it smells really good.
She'll take one of her own strips of bacon and hand it to him.
He puts down his hand. You put
A
what
tiny-
looks like basically like a tiny just super not a lot on his finger, and he puts it in his mouth
It'd be like one of those bacon pieces you get at salad bars for him.
basically. That tasted a little good. Do you have more?
We don't. We only have enough for us because we're much smaller. Is there anything you need to can we help you go find food? Or is there food you can get around here?
I think I can find something.
I'm sorry, Boulder. We do not have anything that's big enough for you.
It's okay. I might have to dig a big hole, but I mean, if you guys don't care,
Wait, dig a big hole?
I have to dig for things sometimes. There doesn't seem to be anything around here I can eat. Well, except you guys, but I like you guys, and I don't want to eat you.
Yeah, please do not eat us. Let me
Me
see
hear
what I
what
can
he's
do.
saying.
We're just talking about how he can get some food. I'm gonna see if I could do something for him.
He was looking at us and salivating. I'm worried about that part.
Okay, so Adam, question.
Answer.
If I get a food item that can feed up to 4 creatures for 24 hours, do you think that would make a decent meal for him?
Oh yeah, more than likely.
Okay. And so there's grass around here, right?
I could also create food and water.
No, but yeah.
So I'm going to take the Battle Chef Splendid saucepan. I'm going to rip up some grass, and I'm going to boil 1 pound of any one or combination of organic, non-magical materials for 10 minutes or longer to magically transform them into a stew that can feed up to 4 creatures for 24 hours.
Nice.
And I
That'll
will
work.
feed Boulder. So she'll make the nice breakfast for you guys, and then she'll just literally take one of the daggers of soul sealing, cut the grass. You hear their tiny grass souls scream as she cuts it, puts it in the splendid saucepan, takes some snow, dumps it in, boils it for 10 minutes, and then when she pulls it out, it's somehow this wonderful smelling stew that she
The only time we've actually ever used the ability of that.
Because he's a good cook. She doesn't need it. This is for people who can't cook, but it's also good
Didn't
for
you
making
fail the
bowl.
first 2 cooking checks?
Yeah.
Me
It
he's a
was
good
so
cook.
long ago. Nobody
He's a good
has to
cook.
know that. Why do you bring this stuff back up? Why do
I'm
you
not
hurt
bringing
me this
anything
way?
back up.
Everyone would have forgotten. Everyone, but you. Yeah, so she'll make the stew, and when I assume it's kind of like limbus bread, where he drinks it and it just feels like it gets bigger in his stomach.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So he begins sipping it oh, this is good. You just made this with grass and snow?
I have my ways.
That is so amazing. You can cook so good.
Thank you, Boulder. Thank you. I think I could stand with a little bit more of that gratitude in my life. So thank you.
So where'd you guys go last night?
I would like to know
Well,
as well.
that's a bit of a complicated question, and wait, I didn't understand him. So
Yeah,
I
how are
would.
you understand?
It's really hard because Adam is speaking in English and I understand English, so ignore me.
Adam,
Me, what he say?
next culture build, we're gonna have to make a giant language for just you
Yeah,
and
right.
me, and then we're gonna have to learn it and speak in it.
I am not ready to make a conlang. I'm not ready for that.
He's wondering where we went last night, and I'm telling him that's a complicated answer.
Indeed, it is.
Boulder, I'm going to explain it to you in the most simple way that I know how.
Okay. What?
I have no idea where we went. We followed somebody that we thought needed help, We fought a thing and then we ended up back here. I'm not sure if it was a dream or if we got teleported or whatever. The point is we went on a walk with a friend and we came back.
To be fair, I do think they needed help. I just don't know if... I think we helped them. I think we helped them.
I think so, but it's so hard to tell.
So you don't know where you went?
Nope. No clue. Not a one.
Could you not see the sky and the ground and the snow and where you couldn't see anything?
It was dark, but there was snow that then melted, and then a creature appeared from no. I'm sorry, Boulder. This is not going to be anything helpful for you or for us. We just went on a walk last night. That's all you need to worry about.
What is he saying?
He keeps wanting to know about what happened last night. Like, he's saying, could we see anything? Could we go on? Unless, Boulder, did something happen to you last night?
No, I just woke up and you guys weren't there and I was just wondering where you went.
Yeah, I did not want to wake you, so I didn't tell you where we were going because we were planning on coming back, which we did.
I mean, I knew that because you guys promised me that you guys wouldn't leave me behind, and so I knew you guys would come back.
She'll walk up and put her hand on his leg and smile at him and be like, and I will keep that promise as best as I can.
Yay. Mihi, you're the bestest.
You're the bestest too, Boulder.
Oh.
She turns around to the rest of the group. He is precious and we must keep him safe.
I have every intention. We will keep
the precious animal to New York City didn't fail those guys in King Kong at all, did it?
They didn't treat King Kong like a precious animal.
Not rescuing you from the top of a skyscraper.
We should probably start teaching him common when we have time.
Ooh, I could try that. I do happen to be pretty good at linguistics.
I would love to converse with Boulder. Instead of using you as an owl.
I was doing some writing on my evenings, but maybe I could spend some time teaching him common.
I could try to help, too. I mean,
Sure.
I did sleep through most of my English classes, but things have been coming back to me in dreams lately.
I have a bit of a love for languages. Growing up in a multilingual household, it made it really easy to go and learn new ones. And so that's what I would do as a hobby, is just learn languages.
Good.
Maybe we can spend our travel time like that too. Just sit on his shoulder and we can talk. Maybe we should try that. I would like to, just so that you know, Adam, I'd like to spend travel time moving forward trying to teach Boulder common and or teach Mihi giant.
Okay. Just a quick meta thing. I'm just letting you know it's gonna take a long time for Boulder to learn common.
I know.
He has a -3 intelligence modifier. So
I know. I also
flowers for Boulder.
I literally have I literally have the linguistics feat, so I'm hoping that can help somehow.
That's fair.
This is the best, Mihi has the most stuff possible to make it easier to learn this, so I expect it to totally take a while, but...
Maybe just the spoken part of the language and not the written part?
Yeah, I don't need to worry about writing.
That's true. So, in regards to that, if you're gonna start doing that, I'll say half the time is taken if you're just teaching him how to speak, not to write. And with your linguistic skills, I'll also chunk off an additional 2 weeks.
If I help and I'm trained in intelligence saves, does that do anything?
I mean, you can't speak giant though, so how can you teach him?
I can. Well, I mean, if I can't speak giant, but I can speak common. And I can just be holding up pictures behind me. He water.
Get some big ass flashcards.
Let's try the flashcards again.
With everything coming into play, I'll say it would take about 2 weeks to teach Boulder how to speak Common.
Okay, we can do that. Oh man,
That's
I
a total
forgot I could
16
also
days,
create
by the way.
ciphers. And I can teach you guys the ciphers.
Probably something we should work on. That could be useful.
Yeah, that could be
Useful.
really
That could actually be very useful.
Actually be super useful. Okay, we'll think about that.
Oh, we should use those in our diplomat's pouches.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh my god!
I
Right.
have to teach it to everyone.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
are.
check the diplomat's pouch to see if there's anything in there.
Yeah,
I
you
just
can-
reach over to Mihi and dive in.
You could create written ciphers. Other can't decipher the code you create unless you teach them, or they succeed on an intelligence check DC equal to my intelligence score plus my proficiency bonus. Or they use magic. So, not that secure.
Still more
Oh,
secure
wow.
than just not using
Intelligence
one.
score. It's not modifier, it's the raw score. Wow. That's a DC of 24. You need to get a DC of 24 in order to understand my ciphers.
Damn.
Big brain.
Hot.
Anyway, we'll worry about that when we travel. And if there's any rolls you want me to make, just let me know.
Caffrell just fucking dives into the diplomat's pouch.
Excuse me, may I help you?
So you,
I just remembered that exists and I went to check it.
You
so you open the diplomat's pouch, and inside there is one letter.
Ooh. Would you like to
I
read it?
hold it up to Mihi. Is it from your mother or is it for me?
We'll find out by the first couple lines.
Open gently.
Moment
I'm
when
so
it's not
looking
for either.
forward to your visit. I have missed you quite dearly, my daughter. That's all it says.
I think that this might be for you. It's hard to tell though.
I'll take it. Does it look like Mom's handwriting?
It does.
That's Mom. I'll
You also see a couple scratches at the bottom of the page. It's hard to make out. Like, you can't really make out what it says.
Is it like Belmont or something?
Yeah, probably. You imagine it's probably like Belmont was trying to write something, and your mom was probably like trying to like push him to the side, like stop it.
Yeah, he does that. Okay. She'll write a really quick one back as we're getting ready to leave. You know, it's just like, I'm excited too. I will see you soon. Can't wait. Lots of love. Mihi. Hearts, 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 hearts. A bat. Hearts, 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 hearts. Send.
All right.
But
and
what
it's that-
you should have done a bat carrying a heart.
Damn it.
Or a bat munching on a heart.
Hmm.
That's pretty cute.
That is pretty cute. Or if it it had like a little like toothy grin with like the heart in it. Ooh, I like that. I'll do
Or a
that.
heart for a nose.
I want to make a Pokemon joke, but I can't.
Hey, we all know that Wooba and Swoobat are adorable as fuck. It's okay.
They are very much so.
So Boulder, you watch as Boulder
So-
puts the pot down next to you. It was like this little tiny thing in his hand. He's like, that was really good, and I'm so full.
Good, Boulder. Good. I am so glad.
Can you like do that all the time?
Sure, I can do that whenever you're hungry.
If I bring you something and you cook it in there as well?
It will be kind of similar, but it may change the taste, so we can always experiment.
Ooh, that sounds so much fun! As you watch it kind of bounces up and down in excitement and just like the ground kind of
Now remember, Boulder, ground rules. You can't anything that can talk.
Oh no.
Oh no, Colleen went dead. Anything that can talk, you can't eat.
But like, what if it looks really tasty?
If it talks, you cannot eat it. And if somebody owns it, you cannot eat it either. So like pets and horses and animals, you can't eat those either.
But
Well, that raises a question because other things can talk in their own language. So a bird can talk Orin. Does that mean he can't eat anything?
I did not get enough sleep last night to get into this moral philosophical debate with you. This-
And plants can speak Sylvan.
If you have questions, Boulder, come and ask me, and I will tell you what can and cannot be eaten.
Okay. I trust you, me.
Thank you. I will not betray that trust.
Okay.
Is everybody else ready to go? Head out on the road
Yes.
again?
Please.
Yes, but before we go, I think it is time to get our second steed here. Not counting Gideon. Gideon is only sometimes here. No offense, Cal. But the memory of old Dahlia, I think, needs to be reborn once again. When I was traveling with old Dahlia about, 8 years ago, I would say, I met a local druid, Furbolg, who came to my shop once looking for some gardening tools, and just so happens that they could talk to animals. And I once asked old Dahlia, through this translation, what she would like to look like if she was the strongest donkey she could be. And so I think that is the form that I have chosen for this fine steed spell that Mihi, you have in this ring. So if you all step back, I'll point the ring like Justice Twins style into like an open patch, into an open patch of grass, and start concentrating on the image in my mind and casting Find Steed. There's a bright flash of light from the ring, and almost like a 3D printer, like building this old Dahlia from the feet up. What appears is, and part of this description I know doesn't work, it's just for aesthetics, it's not mechanical. You see a donkey, but quite a bit larger than most donkeys, very muscular, as far as if it were like a war horse. Its coat the same color as Mithril. It has a long flowing mane and two equally sized gray wings. Again, I know Fine Steed doesn't make flying things, but that is just for aesthetics. That's what old Dahlia would have wanted. And it has its own kind of
5,000 candles in the wind.
The same armor that I had originally made for old Dahlia also appears on her as well. The kind of turtle-themed metallic armor and saddle as well. And Grandpa, as the spell ends, says, "I would like you to all say hello and welcome back, in a way, old Dahlia Prime."
I thought you were gonna go with New Dahlia.
No, old Dahlia. Please, that is not her name.
I was gonna joke that it was gonna be just a fucking buff ass fucking donkey, but then you said that, and I was like, "Oh, my joke is the reality." So.
Wow.
I especially love the wings.
Oh, old Dahlia always apparently wished that she could fly. I don't think she can still, but I mean, I'm sure she would enjoy it.
Grandpa,
But it is all about the aesthetic.
And
As you can tell by my many belts.
And you hear old Dahlia Prime bray and like stretch out her wings, and then fold them back in. A couple little like clops onto the ground.
I think somehow you shattered all of our expectations.
Oh well, that's old Dahlia for you. And he gives her like a little scratches around. No, that's not her name. This is old Dahlia Prime.
Okay, yes, sir. Old Dahlia Prime, sir.
I'll give her some scratches on the muzzle and just kind of like press my forehead against her forehead.
She puts her forehead against yours and just kind of goes against it. Can you I just for funsies, could you roll me a percentile roll?
Oh god.
Oh no.
These never go well for me. Okay, here we go. 50? Like middle of the field?
Alright. Good to know.
Oh boy. Do the wings actually work?
No.
Are they like turkey wings where it's like they can glide but they can't actually
It actually gives you on intimidation?
Maybe.
Oh my god, when Cal learns Find Greater Steed, just fucking recast it.
Oh, yeah.
So she can actually
That's
fly.
the plan. And I will hand the ring back to Mihi. Thank you so much, Mihi. Old Dahlia Prime thanks you as well.
Honestly, Grandpa, the smile on your face is all the thanks I need.
Oh, you're just too adorable.
She'll hug Grandpa.
Give her a big ol' hug, ruffle her hair.
Anybody
I have
else?
a question. Since that's a bit of a mouthful, if we wanted to nickname her, what would the nickname be?
Probably ODP. Old Dahlia Prime.
ODP?
ODP.
ODP.
I'm trying to
ODP.
find a fucking joke in there, and it's really perplexing me.
OD.
ODP.
OD.
No, ODP. The P is important.
Couldn't we just use Prime?
I mean, to be honest, she is a donkey, and she probably will only understand you to a certain point. So as long as you say it in a kind of a higher voice, you know how you talk to animals? I'm sure she'll get it.
Oh, you go, girl.
That's it.
Who's your good
That's the one.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to do before we leave?
No, I've been trying to read my book.
Oh no, a shame if you had to join the conversation and be a part of the group.
Oh,
yes,
no.
I know. I have to.
Oh
stay-
no, it's friendship. How dare. How dare
No.
friendship. How dare.
I know. I make terrible sacrifices for this traveling group.
Family. The word you're looking for is family.
That has bad connotations in my mind.
And we leave!
Alright, so you all get scooped up by Boulder, and you guys start making your way
Downtown.
Downtown.
Fast, faces, basket, homebound.
And I'm homebound.
I mean, he is actually homebound.
Yes. Yeah, she's gonna sit on Boulder's shoulder, on the shoulder Boulder holder, and talk about Common with Boulder, and talk about Giant.
Cackle help, at least with the common bits. Angel and devil on shoulder. Am I the angel or the devil?
I could be your angel or your devil.
No,
I could be
you're
your angel or
clearly
your
the
devil.
Yeah,
Me or her?
you.
You.
Appearance-wise,
But she's a tiefling.
Okay, but that doesn't really matter when we talk about morals and alignment and decisions.
I mean, he literally has the horns. Literally.
Yeah.
Now I want to see
So it's a
Mihi
devil
like
and a devil. There are no angels on the shoulders.
for Halloween. Mihi would dress as an angel.
I can be your devil or your devil.
Yeah.
And
Alright, so you guys make your way, slowly trying to teach Boulder Common. He's not quite picking up on it right away. It looks like it's gonna take, like I said, it's gonna take a bit of time to really kind of start sinking in.
Mhm.
You basically say repeat this, and he says things in like a weird accent. It's like almost saying it right, but like with just like a tinge of not quite. Like after just repeating what you're saying, so
Mihi is a book. Miwi the one.
yeah, basically stuff like that. So yeah, so you guys travel for a good chunk of time.
During the good chunk of time, I'd like to make my requisite silver bars for my mirror project.
Okay. How many bars can you make, and how long does it take again?
20 a day, and it takes 2 hours to make those 20, and I need 9 more days to do it.
Okay.
8 if I conclude today.
Okay. So you begin doing it.
And while we're traveling, short rest.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know why you need a short rest. You guys just woke up from a long rest.
I have to talk. I have to use tongues to talk to Boulder.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I've been keeping up with it,
That's fair.
and I want to raise you to the ring.
That's also fair. Yeah. So you guys go. Grandpa makes his 20 silver ingots. They sparkle nicely in the sunlight. And at one point, you guys see something slowly come up in the distance from where you can see. You guys can kind of make out some sort of what looks like to be a tube-like shape from a distance, and the closer and closer you get, the more it begins to look like a wagon with a couple horses attached to it.
Is it like heading in our direction?
It's perfectly still.
A thought comes to mind. Us running
Are
into
you
people
going to-
on the road. We do have a hill giant carrying us.
I was thinking about that. That could stir up some alarm.
You've just
Yeah.
thought about this right this moment.
Well, we haven't run into anyone except for Chartreuse, so and we've been kind of in the wilderness. I think we're on. That seems like kind of a main road at this point.
I think. I mean, he's a very nice hill giant, so I think.
That doesn't really matter to
Uh,
most people.
Do you think we
I
should
mean-
ride ahead and meet the people where they are before we
Probably.
cross paths? I mean, they're not moving. Maybe they're stopped for the day.
Or maybe they saw the giant before the giant saw them and are preparing to circle the wagons.
That
There's
also.
only one wagon. There's only one wagon, right?
there's-
Metaphorically
What you can see.
speaking.
I mean, or we just walk past them, and worst case, they just got a little scared for a bit and move on.
Worst case, they fire crossbow bolts into our boulder friend.
Well,
I
both-
feel like there's a lot of worse cases than just a crossbow bolt.
And then Boulder crushes them. Then we are
I-
wanted by Stackton guards. I don't know.
nobody has to.
Well, if there's no one left alive to.
Caffriel.
Been
Whoa.
working very hard
just
on
I
not
am
using
liking
violence
this
to
idea.
solve our problems.
I am going to use my my mask of many faces or whatever it's called, my disguise mask, to assume the form of my tiefling persona, my Amare Genevieve Catanu persona, so I look like Mihi's sister,
Okay.
So
just in case
one of-
anyone recognizes us.
one of us should probably go ahead and let them know that the giant isn't carrying off our wagon to kill us.
Olivius, you could take someone with you. You teleported me down a cliffside. You could do the same to there, and then we catch up to you with Boulder.
I am quite good at talking with people, as you know, I've come from
Is that-
nobility. I could go
that
with
true?
Olivius. Mechanically, it's true.
you keep saying those words, and I really don't understand.
I am also rather good at conversing with
Silver
people when I need to.
tongue.
If you want me to go ahead and talk to them, I can.
Why don't you?
We
both-
could both go. Oh, I could be your sister. And I turn into my Yuan Ti persona.
I like lean into.
No way
Grandma,
this goes
like,
terrible.
Like, are you sure that it's a good idea to leave them both together to make decisions that may involve?
I'm Zella Zanala. Don't question me.
No,
Republican things.
She's whispering to Grandpa.
Why do the poor choose to be poor?
Olivius has a very good head on his shoulders. I'm sure he will keep Caffriel in mind. I whisper back.
Okay, I trust you.
And
Just
Caffriel
fucking
doesn't
drop
usually
the
like
rock.
murdering things on sight, so she'll keep that part of Olivius in mind.
Sudden images recalling of a certain sewer in a certain city where a certain amount of cultists met with a certain scythe girl.
That was an accident.
Well, if that's the case, I'll cast Dimension Door.
Oh, wait, Olivius, before you go, and I'll straighten his robes, and I'll give him a pat on the head and remove curse to make him green again. They might think you're a little odd if you're blue.
I'm a lizard person, essentially, to them. I think I'm going to look odd no matter what.
Oh, well,
Well,
best foot forward.
One thing's for certain, you look odd to me now. I'm so used to you being blue.
Dabu dee dabu die.
I disguise myself to look green with him so that I don't. That we're the same color now.
It just feels wrong.
Oh, Oliphius, my name is Zella. I'm your sister.
He will cast Dimension Door.
Just looks like I'm not gonna acknowledge that. Just
Bastard.
All right, so
Can I follow him or no?
oh no, you can. I'm just
Yeah, you can bring one
trying to
How are you
form
spelling that name exactly?
Xela. Or
Okay.
Xela, yeah.
Okay.
So as Oliphius comes over to kind of like grab a hold of you to cast Dimension Door, Cafrael, you kind of like look over and you look down at the wagon, and you get a familiar kind of like feeling in the back of your mind. Nothing menacing. It just you get this sense of like, you know, that feeling when you're like looking, you know, over the side of a building and that little thought in your head says jump, but you know not to, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what you feel at the moment when looking down.
Into the dimension door?
No, the dimension door is like, it's basically like apparating. There's no actual physical door.
When I'm
It's
looking
just as you look down, like off of Boulder, and you're
off
looking
of
down
Boulder.
at the wagon. Yeah.
Okay.
And then before you can really question that feeling, Oliphius touches you, and you guys, dimension door, down onto the ground.
Ooh.
So how far away was this wagon?
Oh, probably a good maybe like 100 yards or so.
How does that correlate to feet? Is that 300?
It's
That's
300
3
feet. You could reach it with Dimension Door.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Just making sure. So then we'll appear at the foot of the wagon.
Okay. So, you appear right at the wagon. You see it right in front of you. The horses in front of the wagon kind of like jump and a start. You know, for something, people suddenly right there. And you hear, other than the horses kind of panicking for a quick second, like, you hear nothing.
Hello.
I swear to God, if one of those horses is a polymorph dragon, I'm going to lose my shit.
Oh, look, I wouldn't put it back. I'm going to do a perception check.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage.
Alright, advantage.
Hey. Cause I'm dream.
10.
It's a sweet, sweet 10.
You don't hear anything. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. You know where you're standing.
Start investigating the.
Ooh, me.
Yes.
May I please investigate?
Sure.
I feel
go for it.
I feel compelled to. I feel like I'm drawn to, like I'm good at this for some reason. Because, you know what? One time, my father lost a coin that had this special thing on it, and I fucking found it. He thought it was gone for good, but it had rolled under his chair.
Very good, Cafriel.
Nailed it with a 12.
As you kind of start circling the wagon a little bit, kind of inspecting it for a little bit, you don't see anything off about the outside. Though you do notice that like the curtain, you know, blocking the, you know, from seeing inside of the wagon, it looks like it was shut in haste.
You said it's a curtain, yes?
Yes, there's no door. It's like a covered wagon where you guys can see.
Okay. I will do a quick cast of prestidigitation to like push the curtain.
Okay.
Just ever so slightly.
All right, so you push the curtain, and as you push it, you see like kind of steam come out as if like it was hot on it's warm on the inside, and like it's the warmth is coming out. Nothing like supernatural about it. It's just like if
Like the
you
window's
see
a little
warmth.
fogged.
Yeah, like you see like a little like fog of like warmth kind of come out, like it gets pushed a little bit. Not enough to like fling it open entirely, but just enough to kind of like open it for a quick second. And when that happens, you guys hear like a sharp intake of breath coming from the inside, very subtle.
Caffrell, you can smell really odd things, correctly? Like you can smell demons, devils, and the like.
Sort of. I'm going to roll my survival at advantage to track Fae, Fiend, Undead. That's an 11.
All right. Cool. You get the sense that something is kind of off a little bit. Nothing like like super like, oh my god, there's a thing here, but you get like this sense, kind of like taking the environment, what's going on, just everything. It's something, like I said, something feels slightly off.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely something off, but I can't really put my finger on what exactly. I don't know if something spooky is afoot. I don't know what it is.
Oh, that's very, very normal. Snapping his fingers, he's going to send Grumbles over to the edge of the to the edge of the wagon, as he's gonna go, please make sure I don't get attacked. I can only if I look through Grumbles' presence and senses, I can't see through mine. And then I'm going to
Okay.
go through and tell him to go into the wagon.
I love the chameleon hand motions.
It's like I worked in a pet store for a while. So you shoot your senses into Grumbles, and he starts making his way up, and kind of pokes his head in the curtains, and you see what looks like to be some sort of like family unit inside, like cowering underneath like these animal skin blankets, like looking out like towards the curtain. You see a man, probably in like his maybe like late 30s. He got pale skin, and you can see he's got wrinkles starting to form under his eyes and around his mouth. He seems to have light brown hair, emerald green eyes, and you can start to see kind of wisps of like hair like around making a goatee, but like it's not like full or anything. It's like kind of like like that kind of like peach fuzz like growing in hair. Yeah, it's kind of what it looks like. You see this woman also appears to be in her late 30s. Same thing, pale skin. She seems to have wrinkles on her forehead and around her mouth. She has red hair, about maybe shoulder length. She also has emerald green eyes, but one of them, her left eye, seems to be fading. She seems to be kind of holding something under the blankets. It's hard to make out because the blankets are kind of covering a good chunk. Like you can't really make out a lot of their clothing either because of how much they're being covered up by the blankets. But you also see a young girl about the age of like 10 or so. Also has pale skin. She has black hair, dark brown eyes, and she seems to be holding something herself. It looks fuzzy, but you can't quite make out too much, obviously, because a chameleon and a distance away can't make out everything. But they seem to be kind of like looking. They seem to be looking at the curtain. They haven't really noticed Grumbles since he's so little.
All right. I'm gonna apparate him back to me as I leave his senses. Yes, there's actually people in there. Father, mother, child, and the mother and child are holding something. I couldn't see what.
What
They're
race were
covered.
they?
They were
Human.
human, correct? Yeah, human.
Hmm.
Emerald green eyes, and red hair. So I'm gonna Elyphius is gonna go over to the wagon itself and just like knock on the side. Hello. Yes.
What's the
Excuse
ability
us.
you use, Colleen?
Hmm?
I thought there was an ability you wanted to use.
Oh, well, since there's actually people there, I'm gonna try to.
Yes. Hello. If you could please open up. We're not any threat to you. We're just passerbys, and we saw your wagon here in the middle of the road.
We wanted to see if you're all right.
Well, we wanted to warn you about the fact that we have a hill giant in our service, but
He's very friendly.
You guys hear kind of hushed whispers coming from the inside, and after like maybe a good 5 to 10 seconds, you hear footsteps coming from the other side of the wagon, and then the curtain opens up, and you see the same man. He appears to be wearing a tan tunic with a dark brown apron. The apron appears to have like hammers, files, rags, some other small measuring tools. He's wearing dark brown pants and some beaten traveling boots. He goes, "Hill giant, you say? Well, I suppose that makes sense of the ground shaking and the loud noises we've been hearing approaching us. You say he's friendly?
Yes,
our
he's our
service.
friend. And
I've never known a hill giant to be friendly. How were you able to do this creature?"
we just talked to him.
we have someone who can talk to him. Yes.
So you tricked him.
No,
Fair.
we
They are
no,
creatures.
no, we just gave him friendship.
We were just making sure that you weren't going to be alarmed when you saw a hill giant come by. We mean you no threat, and the fact that I can understand being concerned seeing a hill giant very close proximity.
Yes, and kind of like looks behind you and he sees Boulder like trying to like be like softer with his steps. I'm gonna take a wild assumption, say that he told them to like kind of slow down a little bit to kind of ease the tension of whatever's going on over there. He sees like Boulder like carrying the twirling turtle like giant wagon and like slowly making his way like as if he's like kind of creeping up on everybody. He's like, and you promise that he won't harm us, yes?
He won't harm you.
Good. Judith, he kind of goes behind. It's all right, it appears. They have taken care to make sure that this thing won't harm us. And you're coming from the inside. Oh, thank the heavens. And you hear your movement over into the wagon kind of shaking a little bit, and eventually you see that woman kind of dressed. She seems to be dressed in a cornflower blue cross pattern dress. She seems to be wearing some nice looking boots with fur lining. And who are who are our guests. I don't think I got your names. What were they?
Zella Zanala? This is my brother, Oliphius.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet the both of you. Don't really see a lot of reptilians around these parts lately, especially with, the cold.
It's not ideal, no. Now, if you don't mind, where were you coming from? We are going to what is it again, sister? Stack?
Oh,
No.
Stack? No. It starts with an S, I think. Srimond?
Ah, Srimond. Why, we were just coming from there ourselves. We're heading to Stockton at the moment.
And how far away is it from here? And how is the travel? Like any
I'd
other
say
threats or things that you have run into?
Srimond is probably about maybe 3 or 4 days away.
And no other problems on the way?
I mean, none that we've seen. I mean, we haven't had any trouble until we heard the footsteps coming our way, but, like you said, you have the beast under control, so we have nothing to worry about.
Correct. We also haven't run into anything of particular note, so...
Well, you have a giant with you, so I'm going to assume that you don't really have a lot of problems at the moment.
Well, feeding him, but...
He kind of looks back over at Boulder again.
He seems to like vegetables.
As long as he doesn't wish to partake in the flesh of humans, I don't see why he can't stay. Please, why don't you all have stay for lunch? We were about to make our break, and when we heard that, so I assume you've been traveling for quite a while. Yes.
How long have
Since
we been
morning.
traveling?
Oh, it's probably around like maybe noon, maybe like noon to 1 o'clock.
Yes, for a few hours now.
Good.
I
So,
don't see... Why not?
is it just you two and the giant, or
No, we have 3 other companions with...
wonderful? Well, I guess we'll bring them down. Judith, would you mind beginning the cooking preparations? And she goes, yes, of course. And she hands over what you can now see to be a young baby swaddled in what looks like to be some sort of animal hide to help keep warm in the cold. And she hands him over to, to the man. The baby has what looks like to be some red hair beginning to grow out of its bald head, and it appears to be sleeping.
No.
Let me go quickly. Sister, do you mind staying here while I
Of
tell our
course.
compatriots of the current situation?
Yes.
Wonderful. Let's see. I'm trying to remember exactly. Can you return to the point where you were at with Dimension Door, or is that a different spell?
I think you have to cast it again.
Ah, dang it.
We're not too far behind, I would imagine, at this point, if Boulder's like slowly moving their direction.
You guys are all like almost
like
there.
300 feet for Boulder is not too much.
3
Yeah.
steps. Yep. Then in that case, Olympius will just start making his way back towards Boulder and the wagon.
Cool. You turn and Boulder's basically right there.
Oh. Guess I didn't have to go too very far after all. Grandpa!
Yes! How are things? I haven't seen any lightning, so I'm guessing pretty good.
Yes, I think it's just a family of traders from the looks of it.
Oh. You mean
They-
traders as in trading goods, not like traders to the country.
No, but I should have used a different term. We have run into both. If you could get Mihi to instruct Boulder to put down the wagon, they have invited us to lunch.
Oh, lunch. Did you hear that, Mihi? That sounds wonderful.
And all of us are coming to lunch?
Yes. Well, maybe not.
Probably
Boulder.
not Boulder.
Yes, I don't wish to feed the beast.
I can feed our friend. He is not a beast.
Oh, he didn't say that loud enough for everyone to hear. He basically
Yeah, we're
said that.
still way up in Boulder's arms.
He basically said loud enough for Caffriel and Oliphius to.
But then how could
Oh,
he respond what I said?
Don't worry. He does require magical feeding by magical means because he is so large. So our friend can take care of his sustenance.
Good. Right then. Well, do people have your own seating arrangements, or shall I get some of our extras?
So if we're gonna be like,
Did they say
Setting up.
seating arrangements or?
Yeah, seating arrangements.
Oh.
He basically asking if you guys have like chairs or something to sit on. Or...
Oh. Do we?
No.
no.
We sit on the ground and on stumps and rocks.
But you know what we do
We're
have?
rough in
A
it.
bunch of iron ingots that probably sit on chairs.
Actually, we actually don't have any iron. Well, I've got like 20 iron ingots left. I mostly have silver ingots now from my current project.
Fair.
So I'm actually out of the like 400 iron ingots I had
We
previously.
just fashion a bunch of silver ingots in like the shape of chairs. We're that rich. We could just sit on silver.
Caffriel kind of like does one of these, and
I will make sure to get us the extra seats that we have. Joy,
would
he looks over.
be
at the daughter.
humbly in your. I'm gonna roll a persuasion for this to see how it lands because I'm tripping over my own words. Eh. Oh, great! it lands how it sounds. We would be humbly in your gratitude. It would be great if you did so. Thank you so much. We definitely don't sit on iron ingots.
Sister, if you don't mind, how about you help everyone come down?
Perfect.
Yes. About that, sir, let me spin you a yarn of our travels.
I think.
Sounds like a great idea.
Joy, would you mind showing? I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Olivia.
Joy, would you mind showing Oliphius where our extra seats are, so he may help start to set things up? I'm going to go check in with your mother. And you hear the daughter go, "Okay." And she kind of holds what looks like to be this little stuffed bear doll closer to her chest. She appears to be dressed in what looks like to be a dark green dress with white mittens and a little white wool cap. The bear seems to be old and like pieces of fur kind of missing and all that jazz. And you watch she leads you towards the wagon, and she kind of crawls underneath.
When Oliphius is thoroughly away from everyone, he will go to the bear and cast Prestidigitation, cleaning it up.
Okay, so you cast Prestidigitation, and the fur gets a little better. Fur doesn't seem to grow back or anything, but it does seem to kind of clean it up a little bit and make the brown fur a little more vibrant, I guess, a little more clean.
Mm-hmm.
Are we there yet, or have we not yet been brought down?
I would say about this time is when you guys are starting to get brought down.
Okay.
I think I'm going to stay with Boulder. I need to cook for him anyway. You all know that strangers make me nervous.
I thought that your food kept him full for the entire 24 hours.
I don't
with
know.
your magic-y.
I cast tongues. Boulder, are you hungry?
I mean, kinda. I'm not like really hungry, but like, if I had to, I could like I can get something. I can like put it in my mouth and swallow it and stuff. But like, I'm not like so hungry. I have to eat right now.
Okay. She turns around into the group. Is like, he says that because he hasn't eaten in so long, he's still actually a little hungry. So I need to make him food.
Oh, all right. You're going to miss out on some potentially tasty foods from another culture.
My tasty food is just fine, thank you. But if there is something delicious, maybe save me a little. And yeah, but you know how it is. Gotta make sure that our friend is fed. So just go on without me.
So,
All right, Evan. Grandpa will head over to where Caffriel is, since she was waiting for us. Are you staying on the carriage as well, Cal, or are you coming with?
Cal will just kind of give me a look and go down with Grandpa, and definitely not Caffriel.
Zella. Oh, she stops
Zella.
everyone while they're still out of earshot. And she's like, "My name is Zella Zanala. I'm Oliphius' sister.
Yes, this again.
You need to get this right. People know me.
Yes, we know.
The diplomats.
Yes, you're going to drop your real name soon anyway. That's how it works. Let's go.
No, I'm not. I'm serious this time.
Well, all right. I think there's always a chance.
Best foot forward.
So
If
you
one of
guys
you
go
fucks-
over, and you see Joy coming out from underneath the wagon, and she seems to be handing Oliphius chairs that look like they were strapped to the bottom of the wagon to kind of help with storage and everything. They're basically fold-out chairs. I'm just gonna say that, make it easier on myself and not have to describe something weirdly.
As this is all going on, Oliphius is gonna take the time to like when he's like moving around to put the chairs in the correct or in the spots that they want him to be in. He's gonna try and like look around the wagon, see if anything is like what was the source of that heat, essentially.
So you go over to the wagon. You kind of, as you begin to start peeking, the man comes back around and he says, "Oh, Oliphius, are you all done setting up for lunch?"
Yes, I do believe so. If you don't mind me asking, just from one fellow traveler to another, what exactly are you? Are you merchants of some kind, or?
You see, I'm a cobbler. I make shoes.
A cobbler?
I don't believe I've introduced myself. My name is Jebediah Cobblesmith. That's my wife. He kind of points on all around the where you can't see, but on the other end of the wagon. My wife is Judith. Our daughter is Joy, and he kind of motions over to her direction, and he goes, "And this is Jason."
So Jason was the baby, Joy was the daughter, and
Judith was
Jebediah was the father.
Okay. And you hail from?
Funny enough, we actually hail from Srimond.
Oh, wonderful. We are heading in that direction as stated earlier, what exactly can we expect? As you can tell, we're kind of a bit of strangers in a strange land.
I can see that. Here, why don't we all sit and I'll answer your questions. He
As this
motions
is
over.
going on, I'm gonna do a quick insight on this guy.
Okay. What exactly are you trying to like get?
I'm trying to suss out if like me starting to snoop was if him coming over was him trying to get me away from the wagon and away from investigating there.
You can't quite tell
And I got
what
a 17.
exactly. I know, I saw.
Okay.
It does look like he is kind of like, kind of every once in a while, kind of like shifting eyes to look somewhere else real quick. Nothing terribly noticeable. It's not like he's like looking direction. It's kind of like a quick like movement of eyes. So it looks like he's hiding something, but you don't know what exactly.
Okay. And he said he was a cobbler, yes? Do I have enough knowledge to know whether or not cobbling requires essentially enough heat that would cause the effect that I saw? Or any heat in that matter?
Roll me a straight intelligence check.
Okay. That's an 11.
You're rolling really low today.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess. He's working with leather a lot of the times. And as you know, you've held leather things. Leather kind of tends to kind of stiffen up a little bit when it's cold, so it's a possibility.
Okay. Yeah, I just wear the shoes. I don't make them.
Well, you don't even wear shoes based off of your art.
That's fair. That's for the serfs to do. Okay.
So hold on, Kirsty. Sorry. Anyway, so you guys go and sit down, and it looks like Joy is starting to kind of like start a fire. It seems she's pulled some firewood from a storage place in the wagon.
Oh dear, please allow me to help you with that. I'm Grandpa. It is wonderful to meet you, little one.
It's good to meet you too, Grandpa. My name's Joy.
Oh, what a wonderful name for such a cute little tyke. And I'll reach over into the tinder that she has set up, and I'll use my gloves of the hearth to light it on fire, to make the fire start instantaneously.
Yeah, so like you said, you do that. Eventually, like it begins to kind of like smoke, and you pull your hand. You see the embers begin to start infecting the rest of the logs.
Oh, that should do it. Wasn't that a wonderful little trick?
She like looks like all like bright-eyed, like, wow, that was really cool.
And I can do one better. Is that your little bear there?
Yeah.
Well, and I'll wave a hand around it, kind of like in front of it so she can't see, and then I'll as I'm doing that, I'll cast Mending. As I take my hand away, it should be fully fixed. If it just had like some stitching and some other kind of tears and stuff.
Could you say again what exactly you did?
Mending, this cantrip.
Okay.
Because you said it had some tears and some stitching kind of broken.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Okay. So you do that, and you watch as some of the stitching begins to go back, but some of the fur still stays off.
Okay. Huh?
Wow! He looks much better now. Thank you.
Oh, of course. It seems like he's a well-traveled fellow, just like the rest of my friends.
Oh, he is. He's traveled very far.
Oh, does your family travel often? I traveled for most of my life, actually.
You see, she's like, seems like she's about to speak, and Jebediah like, now, Joy, please stop bothering. people.
Where are you guys from?
Oh, why, we're from Srimond.
Can I do another insight?
Yeah, can I do an insight check?
Sure.
I'll start setting up some of the places for food and setting up the chairs and stuff around the fire.
That's a 21 on insight.
That is an 18.
So Caffrey, are you getting kind of like these, like those weird vibes a little bit from him? Like, you're kind of like, why would he make the kid stop talking to Grandpa? That's a little weird. But you don't really get anything else. Like, it just seems like a weird thing to do, Oliphius, it does look like he kind of wanted to stop that line of questioning before it really got going.
Yeah. How much of a liar is he?
I mean, he seems to be trying to hide something. He hasn't lied or anything. He just seems like
He's nervous.
Yeah, he's nervous.
Divine sense.
You do divine sense, and you don't seem to sense anything really.
So, a well-traveled bear like that, where have you gone if you're only from, did he say Srimond?
Srimond, yeah.
Srimond, yes.
If you're only from Srimond, you're not very far from home. Where have you gone?
Well, we picked up the bear from a traveling merchant. The merchant just said wild stories about the bear. Sell him to my daughter. It's nothing important, really.
Where's the mom at right now?
She's on the other side of the wagon cooking. You can see the smoke, coming from the other side. On the other side of the wagon. You can hear stirring of like a pot,
I'll go that direction when I get a chance. So, when this line of thought is done.
As you begin to kind of stand up, Jebediah goes, is everything okay? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Name's Zer. It's nice to meet you, sir. I just wanted to contribute something to the pot since we're sharing a meal, that's all.
Oh, don't worry about it. We have lots of supplies. Made sure we stocked up really good. We actually bought maybe a little more than we should have. But you don't need to worry. This is our treat.
It's more of a custom where he comes from. When you share a meal with someone, you add something to the stew from your hometown.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I will gladly take it up to my wife. She doesn't like people she's not really comfortable with. She's a very closed off woman. She doesn't like others really messing with her food. So I can probably convince her, being her husband and all.
Are there any signs of weapons?
Roll me a perception.
While he's doing that, Olympius is going to excuse himself back to the wagon, but leave Grumbles on their wagon.
15.
Okay. 15. You don't see any weapons, really.
I'll just pull out some of the squirrels that Caffrey and I've hunted and give them to Jebediah.
I will make sure to give these to her. We'll get them skinned and cleaned real quick and add them to the stew. Joy, try not to bother our guests too much, all right? And she's like, okay. He gets up and kind of walks towards the direction, the other end of the wagon.
So excusing himself, he's gonna go back to the chortling turtle, and switch his senses into Grumbles and have Grumbles like thoroughly investigate the inside of the wagon.
Oh, hi, Oliphius. How are you? Oliphius? You didn't... Oliphius!
Wow.
Just eyes light up.
What's he doing?
He's doing some magic tricks. And ignoring us.
So Sable.
Could you roll me an investigation?
And let's see. So with investigation, that uses my wisdom. Would that be?
Investigation is an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I was looking at insight, and that would use my intelligence, not Grumbles.
I would say in this case, yes, because you're going to be directing him where to go.
Okay.
Natural one.
There's a fly
Grumbles-
nearby.
Always when you try to search things with familiars.
Yeah.
Always.
Because, like,
Hopefully there's not a cat inside the wagon.
So Grumbles kind of like starts making his way in and kind of falls in and
His little karate chop hand just misses and whoa.
Falls 10 feet off the wagon, takes 2 points of falling damage.
Oh no.
So yeah, so like you see him go, like he goes in, you start directing him to go a specific spot, and then all of a sudden you hear from his little chameleon ears like, zzz, and like his eyes look up and he sees like a little fly. You're like, no, don't, no, and he's just too distracted. And he starts making his way up to like.
Oh, Oliphius wouldn't say no. He would see that Grumbles is interested in a bug and be like, "All right, buddy, I'll come back to you later."
Yeah, he's a little
And
distracted.
he would leave the senses as he goes. Grumbles is busy right now, me.
And, like, Mihi is, like, busy cooking, and then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, did you say something?
The Ice Queen.
No, I don't think I did.
Real petty hours.
Where are you from, Joy? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Oh, we're from Srimond.
Insight on the little girl?
Hitting that insight button.
Pass.
That's the most paladin thing I've ever heard from Cal. Insight on the
10?
little girl.
We need to get an insight button Twitch emote.
Yeah, we do. That's a 10, maybe she's not.
Yeah, I mean, she seems to be telling the truth. You know, she's a little girl. Don't really know why she'd lie too much.
So, that bear,
Yeah.
he looks, you were saying he's pretty well traveled.
Yeah.
Where did that salesman tell you he's from? Or where have you taken him?
Oh, the man who sold this to me and my daddy? Yeah.
Mhm.
So he said he's okay. Well, his name is Juzilks. And
It's
the
what?
man Juzilks.
The bear's name or the
Ju-
person that sold
Oh, the bear's name.
the bear? Okay,
Can you
the bear.
spell that?
It's Zhuxilx.
Okay, it's ZHUXYLX.
Yes.
ZHUXYL. Okay, Zuzilks. Wait,
Yeah,
Capriel
Zuzilks.
knows Infernal and Abyssal. Does that mean anything in either of those languages?
It doesn't mean anything, but it definitely sounds abyssal in nature.
Okay. All right. Caffriel takes mental note of that.
Mhm.
Okay, his name is Yuziox.
Yeah, his name is Yuziox. And the man, he told me that Yuziox came from a far off place, and he was the prince of a kingdom far away, and that he needed to get back to his kingdom, and he needed the help of very special little girls like me.
Wow. Do you mind if I hold him for a second?
Oh, I don't
I'm not-
know.
I mean, he's so special, and I just want to be special too.
I don't know if he likes you though.
How can you tell?
Well, he tells me he doesn't like people.
Really?
Yeah. And then Jebediah comes around the corner, and he goes, "Appears the dinner will be ready shortly." And he sees
Oh,
everybody
well, wonderful.
walking right at Joy. He goes, "I'm sorry. Was my daughter being?"
No, she's a delight.
I would say she's even a joy.
You guys feel a rumble coming from underneath the ground as a gigantic pair of jaws and just Grandpa just come back down as
It turns out that Rumble wasn't our friend. It
Was
was
not us.
Tarask all along. Well, she looks at Jujyox and looks at
you want to pronounce it not like a 10-year-old child. It's Juzilks. But she has a little but she say he's Juzilks. Like that's how she talks.
Not even gonna try and say that.
That's fair.
If you'd like, I can go get my friend who's in the carriage. She has a very special book filled with lots of fairy tales, and her book talks to her too.
Yeah, I'm sure Jebediah is going to be completely okay with this.
That's not necessary. It's perfectly fine. Joy, why don't you please go put your bear in the wagon? I don't think your bear is very hungry. That's true. He said it's fine. Just put him away.
What did he say?
Children, they have imaginary friends, and it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, what did he
Be
say?
surprised what the things of the imagination we've seen.
It's fine. It's children just making pretend and making up stories. You know how children are.
Hypothetically, though, if she wasn't making pretend, how would you feel about that?
Why? First of all, that's preposterous, but entertaining the idea. Obviously, we would no longer have this bear around. It's obviously
Insight
would be
check.
all right.
15.
He is really nervous right now. You guys are asking lots of questions, and he does not want to answer these.
We've got a hill giant. You've got a talking bear. We've shown ours.
Okay.
Why can't we see yours?
It's just a story. The merchant.
What kind of
children,
story?
Merchants, they tell wild stories to get people to purchase things, and
Can confirm, Jebediah, I am a merchant.
It needs the help of little girls like her to get back home?
Again, just a wild fairy tale that this Joy, please go put the bear away. He's like, but I want him to stay out. Joy, put him away. We're about to eat.
Can I use detect thoughts on the bear?
Sure. And cast detect thoughts on the bear.
Huh?
I say, sure, you may cast detect thoughts on
I'm
the bear.
gonna detect thoughts on Juyo. Or Juyo. Or Juyo.
Out of context
Juzilks.
D&D shit.
I wish
I
to cast
insert the little
detect
girl,
thoughts on the bear.
and I cast detect thoughts on the bear.
I cast detect thoughts on the teddy bear.
Okay, you cast detect thoughts, and as your mind infiltrates the mind of this stuffed bear, you get nothing, for it is a stuffed bear.
Hmm.
Guys, maybe you were just rude.
I get the surface
Probably.
thoughts of everybody around me, though, right?
I thought you had to target people specifically.
Let me look. I think it's a specific person to go probe deeper, but I get the surface thoughts of everyone around me. When you cast a spell,
So for 1 minute, you can kind of pick someone.
okay,
Yeah, you can
pick
focus your
someone.
mind on only one creature.
I'll shift over to the dad.
Okay. You basically hear, put the bear away, put the bear away, put the bear away, put the bear away. Please, for the love of all the gods, put the bear away right now.
I'll shift over to the little girl.
I don't want to put the bear away.
That checks out.
I like Shuzix. He's fun and he talks to me, and I don't want to put him away. But if Daddy wants me to put him away, then I might have to.
I'll shift over the cow.
What shit? What was Capriel's fake name again? Shit! What was Capriel's fake name again? Shit! What was Capriel's fake name again?
I'll shift back over to the girl, the little girl.
I guess I have to put the bear away. Okay. And you watch as she gets up, all
Well,
kind of
before
sad.
you put him away, is it all right if I touch him for one moment?
I don't know. And then Jebediah goes, please, just let her put the bear away.
Cafriel, we are guests here, please. It's a bear. I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine. We should be allowing Jebediah, this is his family. We're trying to have just a nice meal as guests of this caravan.
I just get this really odd feeling from the bear, and its name is Abyssal.
What? The teddy bear.
Yeah, I don't. Do you not? Oh, right, not everyone speaks that. But still, I mean, it's got a very distinctly Abyssal name. And when we went up to the.
Sold him to us was a tiefling, so I don't know, maybe he was just using a name that he knew or something. I don't know. You know how merchants are. They, like I said, they make up stories to sell things, especially to children.
If you would like me to confirm that, just let me touch the bear for one moment.
It's fine. It's okay. You don't need to touch the bear. It's fine.
What do you think will happen when I touch the bear?
I don't think anything will happen when you touch the bear. I just want her to put the bear away. And if she keeps it out, it's going to teach her the wrong lesson that she doesn't have to listen to what I have to say. And being her father, I really just want her to put the bear away.
Why does... the bear make you so uncomfortable?
I just want the bear to be put away, is all. You guys were so nice to clean the bear with your magic and fix it up. I don't want her to, ruin it and be sad that it's gone stained and everything.
All right. I won't touch the bear. Hands over here.
Okay. Joy, please put the bear away. Okay. I think Juzux likes you. As she starts to walk away.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Yay!
Great. She's got 3 old ones chasing after her now.
Aletheus, soup's almost on. Come on back.
As you
Oh,
say
and tell
that,
me to bring Grim.
as you say that, Judith comes around the corner with what looks like to be a tray full of bowls, of steaming hot stew. And Joy walks away with the
The
bear.
tray, the clothes, like everything in the wagon, does it kind of line up with like what a cobbler would have?
I mean, everyone seems like everyone else's boots besides Jebediah's, they seem to be really nice, like almost new. Jebediah's boots are the only one that look like beaten up and older.
Yeah, but what about like the silverware and the bowls and like?
I mean, it looks like to be made out of metal, nothing too polished. It looks kind of beaten up and everything.
Okay.
Roll knowledge, farm boy.
Sure, yeah, roll intelligence for knowledge, farm boy.
Straight intelligence roll.
Yeah.
It's an 8.
I mean, it makes sense. You guys had similar, like silverware, and all that jazz. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, Judith just begins.
Jebediah.
Hand
You go
out the
first,
soup.
Adam.
Okay.
Sorry.
She starts handing out the soups to everyone, and she seems kind of like a little chipper, and then notices kind of like Jebediah's like demeanor, and kind of like begins kind of looking at everybody, and that's when the other 3, well, I guess the other 2, because he's still at the chortling turtle. That's when you guys notice that her left emerald green eye is kind of fading a little bit.
Fading like in color?
Like she's.
Yeah, as in like the color from her left eye is fading.
Is it fading into a different color or just like a faded green now?
Like a faded green. It gets starting to fade away.
Can you describe the fading effect to me? Because I've got like 3 different things that I'm picturing right now, and that kind of.
It appears as if like it's becoming duller.
Huh.
Like instead of being like a vibrant green like her right eye is, it's slowly starting to like, go milky.
Would this be a knowledge arcana or a knowledge medicine?
I have not eaten that food yet.
I will let you decide which one you wish to do.
I'll do arcana because of the bear.
Okay.
Or are you trying to like?
I want to figure out if like
Wow.
the bear has anything to do with the mom. And if the thing in her eye is like magical or not.
I'm going to look up something real quick before I say this out loud because I do not wish to say the wrong thing. Not that it's offensive or anything, but I just want to make sure I'm using the right term. Okay, that is not the right word. I'm very glad I looked it up because I almost said osteoporosis, and that is a bone thing.
Oh, cataract?
Yeah, thank
For
you.
eye? Yeah.
So Cal. I mean, it looks like her like there's a lot of things that could cause an eye to go that way. Usually it happens to both, granted, but I mean there are medical conditions that do cause an eye to go milky white, like cataract and that kind of stuff. Cafarel, you do kind of get like a weird sense about this eye, in combination with learning stuff about Juzilks the bear and Jebediah's reaction, and then seeing Judith's reaction when she sees Jebediah's demeanor. So something might be going on here.
Well, if it is all time for us to sit down and eat, if you wouldn't mind, I'm a man of faith, and I would like to begin things with a prayer, if that is all right with you, Jebediah.
Oh, by all means, please start off grace, I suppose.
Sure. This is you may follow with your own prayer. I must do one for myself, for my people. It is an Aquan, which I imagine most likely none of you speak. So I will start, and if you would like to follow, please do. And unless you have anything else you want to say.
No, please. Go right ahead.
All right, and Grandpa will start chanting. He will make it sound kind of like almost like a hymn, but I will be casting the spell Calm Emotions, and I will be targeting basically everybody within the group, and specifically for Jebediah. So everybody who you can choose to fail it if you would like, but for my allies that you don't really have to. But everybody needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, or no, a Charisma saving throw.
In the spell, does it say that they know that you are casting this?
It does not. It just says when the spell ends. Let's see. The suppressed effect resumes when the spell ends, or the creature, if the creature was hostile to us, it becomes hostile again. But it doesn't say anything about people knowing whether or not it is cast.
Could you roll me just a stealth?
Oh boy.
Is there any way that he can make it deception since it's mostly verbal?
That's a good idea. Use deception instead, my bad.
Okay.
I'm here to help you,
Can
Grandpa.
I give myself guidance, or does that not work?
I
Does
mean,
not
you would
work.
have to cast.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to go. Yeah, so no, I'll just do the deception. 16?
Okay. Don't mind me. I'm doing a stealth.
Okay.
No. Never mind.
Yeah. All right. So you go, and no one suspects a thing about you casting.
Okay, and then I'll need
At least that you are aware of.
yeah, Jebediah, Joy, and Judith to make charisma saving throws along with the rest of my party. Also, it's within a 20-foot radius, so everybody else also needs to.
Is this a charm effect?
Yeah, actually, yes, it is. So
anybody within 5 feet of me, my allies within 5 feet are.
okay, so you guys don't have to.
Yeah.
So just that.
Grandpa, Caffriel, and Ollie are good.
Cool.
Okay. So, what is your?
It is 16 is my spell save DC.
Okay. So Jebediah passes.
Damn it.
Judith fails.
Okay. What about Joy? I mean, Joy doesn't really matter. She's a child, but might as well.
That's not true at all.
Oh yeah, I'll do Joy as well. Joy doesn't matter.
Joy also fails.
All right. I will be suppressing Frightened on Judith, and I will be suppressing Charm on Joy.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Jebediah, the one that I really cared about, succeeded. But that is what I will be doing.
Right. So you finish your prayer.
Yep.
And you see Judith kind of start to calm down a little bit. Joy doesn't really seem to change reactions that you can tell.
Okay.
Jebediah is kind of like still a little on edge. That was a lovely prayer.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a tradition. The rest of you may follow with your own, or I'm ready to dig in.
Does anyone else have prayers that they wish to do?
Brother?
I have.
I would like to. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like to cast suggestion on this guy.
Okay.
Are you subtle casting, or?
Oh, I'm absolutely subtle casting. Yeah, I'd like to cast a suggestion. With the order of. So, tell us about yourself. We're very interested in what all you have to say about the world around you and Just, in particular, how your travels have been.
Okay. What save again? It's wisdom, right?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 16.
I think that
I think that
fails.
fails because yours is better than mine is. Your DC.
My DC is, I want to say it's a
17.
17.
I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
17
it's
now.
17.
So that fails.
So he fails. Right. I was going to tell you that. Yes, we come from Srimond. It doesn't appear a lot of people want a good cobbler nowadays, so we decided to move. That's why we're heading to Stockton. Try to get, a fresh start.
And what? Let's see. What all are you transporting? It seems like a lot of materials for a cobbler.
I mean, lots of leathers and shoemaking supplies, it's the normal thing for a cobbler such as myself.
I've never seen something like what happened. What's going on with your wife's eye? What's going on with that?
Well, yes.
Remember, he has to answer me honestly.
Technically, what you told him to say was talking about who he was, his travels, and where they were coming from.
That's
You did
fair.
not say he had to tell you anything truthfully.
Okay. I mean, I thought that was implied, but
Or at least
if that
nothing
was
in
the-
what you,
if that-
you are now changing the topic to.
fair enough. In that case, I'll do an insight on that aspect.
Okay, go for it.
Oop, that should not have been with advantage. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I wish, but
even better.
24.
You know what? Fair enough. So you seem to notice, yeah. Holy crap, yeah. Okay. So you seem, yeah. So with this insight of talking, kind of seeing, Jebediah's reaction, you notice that Judith, seems to kind of like eye towards the wagon really quickly. Like nothing, like she doesn't turn her head, but like her eye like moves in the direction of the wagon.
Well, I'm
Was that-
suppressing her. If she's fearing anything, I'm suppressing that
Mhm.
currently.
Well, she's not being fearful at the
Okay.
moment. But Jebediah is definitely like starting to work up a little sweat. It was an accident. I was working on my leathers, and she happened to walk in and startled me, and a little splash of the chemical got in her eye and started to harm
Can
her
I-
seeing in the eye. So
May I have some healing abilities if I can try something, if that's okay.
oh, please, if you believe that will work, absolutely.
I'm gonna try lesser restoration.
Yep.
See if that does anything. So I'll walk up, and the holy symbol that ties the cape off to the pauldron will light up, and the fireflies will travel down my arm in a spiral, and I'll kind of not touch her, but just put the hand like a couple inches away from the face on the side where the eye is milky, and the fireflies will fly off of my hand onto the eye. And does anything happen?
So you do that, and the fireflies begin to move, across your arm and over the eye. And as the fireflies begin to cover her eye, you watch as slowly but surely individual fireflies begin to fade and drop, and then fade to nothing because they're magic. Like
Mhm.
fall off of her eye, and her eye doesn't seem to have changed at all.
Out of character, I guess, would that have if the story he's telling was true, would lesser restoration have done anything? I guess is kind of
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Because I've played with some DMs that are really specific about like what Lesser Restoration can do.
Based off of his story, Lesser Restoration should have affected her eye.
It's rather interesting. That should have worked.
That's such a shame. I mean, she could still see a lot of it as well as before, but I very much appreciate you trying.
Were you using an illusion spell to hide it before, or?
What do you mean?
Well, when we first met you, her eye was normal. Or
No,
sorry.
No, it wasn't.
It was faded.
yeah, it was also faded.
Really?
Yeah, I mentioned it to when Grumbles looked through. I did mention it then.
Oh, I thought that you said that her eye was fading to that milky color.
Yeah, I said it was.
Yeah, not like in that moment. It was like that's what it is.
Yeah, that's why I got confused too. And I had,
Oh, that's why. Oh, okay, I was confused about that just now
that's my
too.
bad.
Never mind. I take back what I said.
Grandpa, I left something. Grandpa, I need your help getting something out of the carriage real quick.
Oh,
Don't mind.
I suppose.
You can eat.
I was looking at this piping hot stew, but
Just eat. You can bring it with us and eat real quickly.
that's a great idea. Excuse us for just a moment, Mr. Jebediah.
Okay.
And I'll slurp some soup and give him a thumbs up. How does the soup taste, and am I dying now?
It tastes good. There is definitely squirrel bits in there.
Awesome, delicious.
It's really nice. It tastes good.
You know what? At
Delicious,
this point,
Judith!
I'm dropping all pretense. I'm casting suggestion one more time.
Okay. I'm guessing Jebediah again.
Yep, and I'm gonna use settle again just because.
Okay. All right. That's a 6. He utterly fails.
How about you tell us in detail exactly what happened to cause your wife's eye to start fading?
Well, you see, and you watch as he opens his mouth, and suddenly no words come out.
Grandpa and I still here as this happens? Are we?
No, you guys have walked off already.
Okay.
Ooh. Can I?
Do you have anything to say about this, Judith?
She kind of goes and doesn't have eye contact and is like just eating the soup as Grandpa begins to walk away.
I really suggest that you do describe to us what happened. We can help if something is the matter.
She looks up for a second and then looks back down and begins eating. Grandpa and Cal.
When we get back to the carriage, can you take 10 minutes to cast, if you don't want to, just cast Detect Magic?
I think time is needed. And then I'll snap my fingers, the flames from my own box, make my eyes glow a little bit, and they return back to normal.
That one never gets old.
He will get up from the fire that she was cooking for Boulder at and walk over to you guys and what's going on? What are you doing?
Spooky toy bear. Family that
Spooky toy bear.
Spooky toy bear. They don't want to talk about it.
I want to see Spooky. Wait.
Weird lady with a milky eye that I'm not. Yeah, there's just some lying going on. You should probably come with us.
Oh, okay. You should have called me earlier. I love spooky toy bears.
Do you think it would be rude to bring in another dinner guest after dinner is served?
We can just say that she finished doing.
I made food myself. I am fine.
And it's lunch, it's not dinner.
Whatever.
Well, I
Well,
suppose.
we've already had breakfast. What about second breakfast?
Luncheon, dinner, supper. 11sies?
So as you guys turn around, you notice that that illusion is kind of exuding around Jebediah, and
Oh.
you notice, oh god, like it's a weird combination of two different schools. There's illusion and Adam's checking stuff.
I know
A combination
or am I,
of
like-
illusion and enchantment, like something like both.
right. Detect magic.
Yeah, both magic seems to be kind of like swirling around him.
Yeah, and I'll whisper, or as we're kind of walking towards them, I'll whisper to Mihi and Cal, Jebediah, illusion magic, enchantment magic. Mihi, I hope you have that spell prepared. The one that removes magic. The one you always prepare.
I don't know what you're talking about, Grandpa.
I chose to prepare a blinding smite spell today instead of that, and I'm kind of sad.
Oh, you lost.
Rip.
You guys notice as Caprell just disappears.
Yeah.
I misclicked on something. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh no.
As do you like? She'll just like look at Grandpa and like, do you want me to do it now?
Not yet. I think Califius is talking
Just
to
do
him.
it now.
Okay. Well,
Do it now.
Okay. I'll try and do my best Cal impression. Mihi will walk into where everybody's sitting
So-
and eating.
Chest out. Chest
she's
out.
like she'll do her best. She'll like put her hands on her hips and be like, "Enough!" and like snap her fingers and cast a spell magic on Jebediah.
Okay.
oh, you actually have it? I think I rid of
I do. I picked it up last level.
Holy shit.
Is it actually going to work? Is the question.
So you
And
guys
for the record, it is dispel magic at a 5th level.
okay. So as you cast a spell magic, nothing. I'm just kidding.
If only.
Feels bad, man.
Oh man.
You are the worst person ever
So you
of all
cast.
time.
So you cast the spell magic, and both the enchantment and the illusion fade away from Jebediah, and you hear one word before he silences, like before he quiets up and stops talking. You basically hear taking over, and then like he realizes he can talk, like he talks again, and realizes like he's no longer under the effects of whatever is compelling him to talk, and he just stops.
So what happens with the illusion drop and the enchantment? Does he not change?
He doesn't seem to change. My words are coming out of his mouth again.
I thought you said it was
And you
illusion,
dispelled
Grandpa.
suggestion along
Yeah.
with.
I did.
Along
Grandpa, I
with
thought you
what?
said it was illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Was illusion.
It was. And that's when
How does-
he's just standing in the middle, like
Haha!
snapping, just awkward silence
Again,
for like
good
3
measure.
seconds.
So wait, it
How
was
does the wife's
the
eye
suggestion spell, and then what was the illusion?
We don't know.
We don't know. How does the wife's eye look?
Jebediah.
Eye looks the same.
Yeah, how does he react when he like snaps and casts magic at him?
He's kind of like in a shocked state, like like he is so gosh dang nervous right now.
I really recommend you mention what you were just saying again, because there was silence going on when you were speaking.
Who all ate the soup? I know Grandpa said he ate the soup.
Not me. I
Not me.
simply said I'm not eating that.
Guys, you gotta be courteous guests. You gotta
I
eat
ate
some
my
soup.
own soup, but not this soup.
I've sort of
Only-
been pushing it around.
So only Grandpa ate the soup.
Yeah, and also I guess since I had the bowl with me when I detect magic, is there's magic in the soup when I'm looking at it at all?
As you like come to start to think about it, like, oh, I should look. You look down and you notice the soup is giving off a magical aura, and before you can really comprehend what exactly
Yes.
it is, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
19.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
18. All right.
Grandpa's eaten a lot of shitty magical soup in his day.
What are you trying to
Yeah,
say? Me's cooking is great.
Wow,
It-
you're
it-
so lucky.
Oh
It's
boy,
the
why?
special. He always
You
asks for
suddenly
the
take
special.
8 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, got some,
Pain surges through your body.
some tummy rub, please.
And I think that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
So, we'll be
Hey
back.
guys, I'm out of spell slots.
You say that like that's a surprise. Like I should.
It's okay. She just needs a rest and a wake.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I do have my rod and my packed rod. I can get one spell slot back. That's all I need.
Sure.
All right, so we'll see you guys back. We have a countdown now, so you'll be able to see when we come back. So that's
Yeah, we have a countdown now, Cornwall.
We have information, like we have like whole cool thing. Just like our new in between is fucking boss of shit, and I'm so excited for all you to see it. So we'll be back shortly. Don't go away. We love all of you. Are we back? Are we back? Was that? Cool, we're back. Hi. Like we said when we first started the stream, professionals. Only professionals here.
Only professionals.
Only professionals. So yeah. So like I said, Grandpa, you suddenly get this pain as suddenly.
Thank you, roll for idiocy.
Oh
for the
yes.
host.
Yes, thank you, roll for idiocy for the host. We really appreciate that. Thank you for.
Thank you.
But yes, so Grandpa, suddenly you get this just the shock of pain shooting through your body.
Soup goes right through ya.
Grandpa, are you okay?
Oh,
Mickey will rush to his side.
Do we hear this back at the?
Well, I'm
At the-
walking my
Oh,
way.
he had rejoined you guys.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
we're-
sure.
Remember,
Oh.
Mickey walked up and dispelled magic?
Yeah. So this is about the same time as
Grandpa.
That did nothing, apparently. Like it always does.
Oh, it did
Mark.
something.
Where's the cart and
Grandpa,
Joy?
you
What's going
okay?
on with them?
I'm hurting a little bit. Judith, and I would love to know what you added to this soup. And I say that loudly so that everybody knows.
Like you watch as Jebediah and Judith kind of like stand up from their chairs, like looking at you like in shock.
Mickey will draw Grim and hold him and do the kind of floaty thing, look all menacing and stuff. And I'm also going to use an action to regain a spell slot.
Nice.
It looks
Olympius
spooky.
Olympius is going to return Grumbles to his side from the wagon, and then he's going to cast Lightning Bolt.
You're not gonna. I want to flash back to the beginning. It's like Olympius has a good head on his shoulders. It'll be fine. Lightning bolt. God damn it.
Record scratch.
Yep.
You're probably wondering how I got here.
But you see,
Okay,
I
fine.
trusted.
Not
I
Lightning
trusted
Bolt.
our.
Nope, you said it. That's not coming
Yeah, you
back.
said it.
You don't
It's
come
done.
back. You don't come back from a lightning bolt.
God, you're about to fry this young girl's parents in front of her.
Oh God.
No, I wasn't going to be aiming at them.
He's
regardless.
just blasting the wagon because that's where the bear's at. Right? I mean, that's what I assumed you were doing.
Okay. So.
I'll aim at the ground.
Up into the sky.
Give me a
Basically, at the foot of the wagon. I want their attention, but I don't want to blow it up.
He wants to blow it up.
You sound so disappointed.
Doom, doom, doom,
Brother, no!
Sister, yes!
Oh my god.
It's a big ol' yikes from me.
Yep.
I want everybody to sear this moment into your memory, though. Cal did not start this. That's the
Yeah.
takeaway from this.
Yeah, all right. That's
Thinking
fair.
emoji.
But he did contribute to the problem that started it.
I did not contribute to the problem. I did not
No. I
did
will
not
take
cast a lightning
full
bolt.
responsibility. Of
I'm
this.
talking more the dinner that led up to this.
No, that was all on me.
That was also Olympius and Capriel.
I told you. Oh look, we have a
Is
map.
this a battle screen
Oh,
or a map
the map.
screen?
Who
Probably
knows?
battle
We
screen.
haven't
It
been told to
depends
roll
on what we
initiative
want to
yet.
do.
I haven't asked for initiative
I
yet.
guess a map
So-
screen for now.
All right. So. Anyway, where was I? Lost my train of thought.
Olympius had just cast a lightning bolt at the
Yes,
foot of
all
the
right.
wagon.
So yeah, so like like I said, they'll get up and kind of like shock, and all of a sudden Olympius stands up and just shoots a lightning bolt like into the cart, just not cart, the wagon, just going right through like the covered section all the way through, and they both like jump back and like look at everyone.
Yeah, I get. Here's hoping it. As Olivius will look at them and I am so tired of this bullshit. Tell us what's going on.
I'm sorry. We can't tell you.
Why?
He won't let us.
It's the damn bear, isn't it?
And then you watch as the baby's eyes open.
It's the baby!
The baby's left eye is slowly turning from a very dark brown to a green, and his right eye is a dark brown.
Nope, that is a haunted child. We need to GTFO. Nope,
I was
we're
like,
out.
okay, there's a
Bye.
young little girl in the horror situation. I'm done, but it's a baby.
It's even worse.
Bye.
That's like, what's the first Saiyan that shows up versus Vegeta? Like, that's the power level difference right now.
Holy shit.
So wait, the bear is Raditz and the baby is
Yeah,
Vegeta. Okay.
So like I said, you watch as the baby's eyes open and look over at you, and like I said, the left eye is turning green and the right eye is brown, and you watch as the baby floats out from the bundle and like floats in the air and looking at all of you. And you guys hear in your guys' head, you hear, "Oh well, and here I thought I was gonna be able to get more. Such a shame."
Oh, cool. Mind spike.
Evil baby!
Roll initiative.
Oof, big oof.
Natural 20 for my initiative.
Oof.
I don't have a baby token.
What? Why not? Well, also the creature from our last encounter is on the combat thing still.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
God.
I'm gonna use the memes channel for out of context quotes.
Oh fuck! I'm trying to think of what token I could use for a baby.
Just do an imp. That's a soul-sucking monster, just like a child.
Wow. I'm gonna clip that and send it to your mother.
Oh,
I'll do this one. Why not? I'll make it cute. Oop. Okay, so
I have concerns about smiting a child. I don't know how I feel about this.
the boulder feels conflicted about smiting a child. So the baby casts disintegrate. The boulder is over his conflicted feelings.
God, if the baby does...
I'm still wondering what the illusion that got dispelled was.
Maybe on the baby.
I mean, but the baby was the same the entire time.
No, but like its eye, probably.
Oh, maybe. But it
Well,
was
the illusion magic was coming
from
from...
him. Maybe it's because he was
Maybe we-
concentrating on it? Or?
No, it was coming from Jebediah.
Yeah, it was.
maybe a spell was affecting Jebediah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
then nothing changed about Jebediah.
It could be
I think-
that
But illusion isn't always like just
on the person. It could be that.
seeing things.
Yeah.
Like,
Based on all of our experience so far, I'm going to be inclined to say that the spell magic didn't work. That's what
worked.
the
It did
entire
work.
campaign has told
It
me.
did
so
work,
far.
but it didn't
Waste
help
of a
us.
spell slot.
It was actually just like residue of an old enchantment that was cast years ago.
Yeah.
All right, so top of the order. Grandpa, you're up.
Oh God, I'm not used to this. How high up is the baby floating? Sounds weird to say, but
High level.
okay. All these things sound silly. I I'm going to just go ahead and start by casting Spiritual Weapon at a 4th level, and have it next to the baby and slam into the baby.
All right. So you cast that spell.
I will swing the alms box
Right there, I'm
that
assuming,
burns.
or where do you want it?
Yeah, right there. And the spectral image of a kind of chibi turtle sliding around on its back slams into the floating baby.
Or at least tries to.
Or tries to. So, weapon, attack. That is a 17 to hit.
So you watch as the sliding ethereal turtle slides on its back towards the baby, and you watch as the baby looks over and puts its hand out and catches the turtle in its hand.
I'm just pointing my staff in its direction, going, "Oh, well, that's concerning."
And it looks over at you, Grandpa.
And then I'll use my action to expend 2 charges from the Staff of Healing to heal myself with a level 2 Cure Wound. Oh, wait, no, sorry. I can only do cantrips. I will Sacred Flame it.
Yes,
instead.
freezes us. It freezes the spiritual weapon, guys.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
gonna
bad.
not spiritual weapon. Sacred Flame it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a Dex save DC 16, as it is distracted with my chibi turtle spirit weapon. I will try to hit it from the other side with my Sacred Flame.
Okay. So it's gonna make a dex save.
Yep, DC 16.
Okay.
She missed.
That is a natural 20.
Fuck! So it just catches it with the other hand.
Yeah. So it catches the turtle, and as it watches you try to cast, you watch as it moves the turtle underneath it, and the turtle absorbs the fire.
Oh boy!
The baby floats.
That's gonna be a big ol' yikes from me.
That happens. You hear Jebediah go, "No, not my son." So that's your turn.
I very much don't believe
Yeah, that's
that
my turn.
thing is your
I'll
son.
say, buddy, I don't think that's your son.
All right. It's the baby's turn now.
Ah, baby's turn.
no.
Rolled a 21.
Someone really needs to put this baby in the corner.
So the baby looks.
Oh man, I have the perfect line. Oh man, I've got a plan.
Okay, so the baby looks at you in the eyes, Grandpa, and all of a sudden you feel that pain start to retch in your body again. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh, yikes.
It's gonna be a yikes for me, dog.
24.
Nice.
Nice. Cool. You shake off the feeling. God. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I need you to roll me a disadvantage. So just roll it again. I'm sorry. I forgot to do
You
that.
get +5 also because you're within 5 feet of me.
That'd be 14 then.
Nope.
Aren't I immune? Well, I guess I don't know what effect it is.
Nope. So as you begin to think that you're shaking it off, all of a sudden the pain shoots through your body again. You start to become weaker. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 17.
Ooh. In fantasy grounds, how do I change that?
Just
I can just make a note of it somewhere.
Write
just make
down
a
your regular maximum and then just reduce it, I guess.
yeah, reduce to 17, and you watch as suddenly like this aura begins to glow around the baby. After like Grandpa feels this pain. So it's gonna gain some temper baby hit points. Go. So as you feel this pain and like pain inside of you.
Spit up some blood. Soup was still tasty, Judah.
You watch as the baby begins to move over here as it begins to float behind Joy, and Joy looks like really scared. She's like, "Daddy." And that's the baby's turn, right? Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm glad I read that. Nope, the baby still gets to do stuff. So I was wrong. It wouldn't move there. It is going to move. Yes, that's what it's going to do. It's going to go in general this direction. It's going to go 5, 10. No, it's going to go 5, 10, 15 right there. And cool. You watch as the baby, as all of a sudden the baby like lifts its hands as you watch as these black spectral like claws like shoot out from its hands and it goes to strike down at you.
At who? Me?
Olympius.
Yeah, at Olympius.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I thought so.
That is wow. It rolled really high. That's 30.
Yikes.
It rolled. It rolled really, really high.
Solid miss. Solid.
Man, it's a good thing I've got 31 for my AC as a caster.
Without using shield.
Oh, nope, that is the almost do the 101. There we go. So that is a total of 12 points of magical slashing damage as she gets onto you and the claws dig deep into you and pulls you in as all of a sudden the baby opens its tiny baby mouth and you see these gnarled like spiked teeth on like one half of its mouth, like as it goes to bite down on top of you.
Oh no!
I want to get off Mr. Bose's wild ride.
That is a 27 to hit.
If there was ever a moment for the grandpa oof emote, it's right now.
That's a lot. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That is 28 points of damage.
Are you gonna get TPK'd by a baby?
It's possible.
I went from no damage to 40.
I mean, hey, at least you're up after the first round of combat. It's more than the yo-yo can say.
Hashtag yo-yo.
I should have changed color. I had better luck when I was blue.
It's
Hey, you
true.
did change color. You're red now.
Oof.
No, he flipped himself in reverse. His insides are outside now.
And that's
Hey!
that's what the hold on, so it's like it's gonna go so then it's gonna start to move, so it's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Jeez, it can move
Oh my
far.
God.
Holy fuck, this baby, guys.
Where's it going?
Where do babies go? No one knows.
We know where they come from, but where do they go?
So you watch as it
That's Cotton Eye Joe.
shoots backwards.
It went backwards?
It shoots backwards, like floats backwards.
Oh boy.
I've got a plan.
And that is its turn. So, Zila Zanala / Cafarel Grimsbane. It is now your turn.
She's just like, okay, she heard the guy screaming like, "Not my son."
Olympius is yelling, "Kill it! Kill it! Kill it!"
Oh Lord. Oh, I have decisions. If it's being possessed, then I don't want to hurt it.
I have no qualms. After seeing its mouth, I have no qualms.
Fuck. Should I go full murder death kill, guys, or should I try
Up to
some-
Caffriel.
Fuck.
I have a plan to get rid of it without doing any damage to it. But what would Caffriel do?
Where's Joy?
Joy is this one at the bottom of the three.
Yeah.
This
So
one.
like,
I'm
okay,
rotating.
okay. Caffriel's gonna move 5, 10, 15 up to Joy. Both hands on either side of her shoulders. And she's going to say, "Is that thing really your brother?"
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
She just took a liking to him.
Fuck. Should I hurt it?
I know it. And you hear like Jebediah and Judith like looking and like, no, don't hurt Jason. And you see as Joy is like torn because like her parents are saying one thing, but she doesn't know because it's just she's 10. She doesn't understand everything going on.
Is Zuzux in the bear or is Zuzux in your brother?
Both.
Fuck!
Oh,
and then
that
she
makes it easier.
and then she takes off 20, 25. It was in the cart, right? The bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's going to run into the cart to try and get I guess 25 is here, and then 30 is here. Can she get into the cart from...
She cannot get into the cart.
But she can get right up to the cart?
She can get right up to the cart.
If I double move, can I get into the cart and search for the bear?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll double move to get into the cart and search for the bear.
Alright, so you double move to get in
You
the
could
cart.
cast Expeditious Retreat.
That's true. But that's a bonus action, I think, to cast it.
It is a bonus action, and you get to use the movement too as a bonus action, so you wouldn't have to take the dash action as part of casting the spell.
So you'd have your action free to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do that then. Bonus action for Expeditious Retreat, and then for my I want to investigate the cabin thingy.
Go for it. You get advantage.
Okay, cool.
I have so many concerns.
Nice.
I don't know why it didn't roll at advantage, so I'm gonna roll one again for fish crit. All right,
Well, keep the
25.
25 there.
So you start searching all over the cart, and you kind of move a lot of you move the blankets, and you see the bear in there, and you notice that one of the eyes, because she'd been holding the bear up to her chest, so you hadn't really seen its face. You notice one of the eyes, the left eye, is slowly a button is slowly turning into a green button.
Oh, motherfucker. I am going to... Is it okay if I use my action to Grim Psychometry?
I will allow you to do that as part of your searching.
Alright.
Alright, so
What
Advantage.
did that ability do?
you do your Grim Psychometry to search the history of this bear. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I roll advantage on a history check, and then I get information that basically nobody knows about it by searching let me pull up.
You have the Final Fantasy XIV Echo. You can see the past of the
Yeah, basically I see the past of the object I'm holding, specifically the darker parts of it, and I got a 25 on the history check.
It's the Psychic Scream from Explorers of Red and Blue Explorer Team. Or maybe that was a different one. Can't remember.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, so what you see is as all of a sudden this information comes channeling into your head. What you notice is at first you see this little girl holding this bear, it looked a little more newer and everything. And you watch as some sort of black claw comes down and strikes her down as she drops the bear, and you watch as the bear is sitting there on the ground as you hear screams and fire licking everywhere, and all of a sudden you see as the bear gets picked up by someone. They look to be in some sort of holy robes. As they look, you watch as they start casting spell after spell into what you can now see to be this humanoid-shaped figure with long fingers, long bat-like wings, and bat-like ears, horns jutting from from its forehead, and glowing yellow eyes with sharp teeth in its mouth. Here, let me send you a picture of what it looks like. And you watch as it's casting these spells into this thing, and you watch as it kind of gets impacts into her, and it gets hurt, and it's gonna hurt, and you watch as it falls down to the ground. And as this holy man you see him begin to chant as you watch as this thing suddenly starts scratching at the ground as it's pulled and pulled, and it starts turning into this black ethereal light as it shoots into this bear as the bear starts absorbing all of this energy. As that the bear is now like he's holding the bear. You cut to watch as this bear gets buried somewhere, and then several years later, you watch as water and stuff had eroded the dirt. You watch as this bear begins to, start slowly get exposed to the elements, and you watch as this cart comes by and picks up this bear, and kind of you see this man, like this portly man with like a nice mustache and a beard, kind of look it over, and you watch as he puts into a cart and drives the cart into a town, and then you watch as Jebediah and Joy walk up to this man, and you don't hear anything, but you hear as this man is, looks like he's regaling this tale, and hands the bear to Joy. You watch as Jebediah hands over money. You cut to a night where Joy is sitting there with the bear, and you watch as the bear's head slowly turns over to look at Judith, as suddenly Judith crouches over in pain and covers her left eye, and you watch as the bear's eye slowly starts to turn that green, and then you watch as slowly after the birth of Jason, you watch as Jason's eyes also give off this same kind of yellow glow that this demonic creature you saw when he's born. And you watch as slowly his eye begins to turn green as well as the months go on.
Oh, fuck. Capriel's like, I don't know if you should hurt the baby, but I don't know if you shouldn't. And that's my turn.
All right. Cal, you're up.
So I hear, don't hurt the baby.
I don't know if you should.
Can I cast Divine Sense?
Yeah, you totally can.
Do I have Fey, Fiend, Undead?
You sense Fiend coming from the baby. You also sense Fiend coming from inside the wagon, since the wagon's curtains are open.
That's where you heard Capriel shout from.
That's where I heard Capriel from. Cal's hand has gone back to his sword, and he slowly lets go of Heaven's Fang, and he puts both hands up, and he walks a full 10, 20, 30 feet towards the baby. I can tell what kind of creature you are. Let the child go, and I'll be your host. Just let it go.
Jesus Christ.
You'll find no resistance.
Have a stronger vessel. This one can smite things.
Roll either persuasion or deception, depending on what you're actually doing. I
don't actually know how this works, so I'm going to roll persuasion, because Cal doesn't know how it works either. So... Only a 10.
The baby looks at you and goes, well, you didn't eat the soup, so it would be for naught.
I can eat the soup if you want.
Go and eat it.
I go and I eat the soup. I don't have the movement to get there, but with using my action and stuff to move, like free action to eat the soup, we'll say.
Yeah, sure. You can use the move action to go over to a bowl.
Move action to go back over here.
If Cal doesn't die, I'm going to kill him.
And I'm gonna look at Grandpa, and Grandpa and Mihi, I'm gonna give a big smile. And as my back is turned, a big smile and a big wink, and pick up a big hearty spoon of the soup and take a bite out of it.
You hear a call,
Grandpa's
eat it all.
Good blood.
And eat the whole soup.
Okay. So you begin to chug the soup.
Yeah, just pick up the bowl and tilt it back.
Alright, is that your turn?
I wouldn't
That's my
do that. More blood.
So yeah, but that's your turn.
That's my turn.
All right. Alephius, you're up.
Got this, guys. I've got this.
Okay. Can I do? Would it be an action to do a knowledge arcana to essentially get like what's the correspondence of possession to bear? Like if bear is
Possession.
destroyed, does that end possession?
I mean, it's a possibility.
Would that take an action for me to do that check? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. In that case, 5, 10, 20. Do I see Caphriel with the bear in her hand?
You do see Caphriel with the bear in her hand.
Okay. I am going, or Alephius is gonna yell for Caphriel, throw the bear into the air.
As my reaction, am I allowed to respond to that?
Sure, if you wish to.
Can I both grab the eye that's green and tug and then toss it?
No, you can only.
Damn.
I'll give you either ripping the eye out or tossing it in the air. You cannot do both.
Alephius, you can hold your action until Caphriel has her turn.
That's true, but that gives the baby a chance, and the baby took
I don't think it will get
40 of my 68 hit points away.
Caphriel looks at the bear, looks at Alephius, looks at the bear, and reaches down to the eye and yanks it off first.
Okay.
And
So-
we'll toss it to him on her turn.
Okay, boy, I hope I'm alive after this then.
I'm so
Because
sorry.
I'm gonna be holding my level 5 lightning bolt.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
He didn't
old
lightning
lightning
just
bolt.
lightning blast Caphriel. This is a step in the right direction, though.
So,
Alright.
let's see,
Is
that
that your turn?
was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If the baby's gonna be attacking me, it's gonna have to deal with Caphriel.
Sentinel, hell yeah.
It's
That's fair.
true. It's true.
By the way, you're in the middle of 2 squares, Caphriel. So.
Yeah, put me there.
All right, that's your turn.
Yeah, that's all I can remember at the moment.
Can you speak a little louder? You got super quiet.
Yeah, it
it's,
did.
it's all I can really do at the moment.
Okay. All right, Mihi, you're up.
Mihi is gonna run as fast as she can, and she looks between the baby and the fire in front of her, and she is going to swallow hard and run through the fire
Oh.
to get up next to the baby.
Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
I mean, it was also for flavor, because I could also just go diagonally into Grandpa's space and then run.
I mean,
So,
that's fair. That's fair, I guess. Okay.
yeah, it's her flavor. She runs through the fire.
Okay.
And she's going to hold Grim in her left hand and reach out towards the baby with her right hand and scream, "I deny you! Return to the shadows from which you came!" And I cast a spell good and evil, break enchantment. As your action, you touch a creature you can reach that is charmed, frightened, or possessed by a celestial, elemental, fae, a fiend, or an undead. The creature you can touch is no longer charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Okay, but is there it's a saving throw?
There is
though, right?
no save.
There's no save?
If I tried
At
to use
all?
dismissal, there would be a save. I'm using break enchantment. There is no save.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Damn.
What was this?
Dispel
evil
good
and
and
good.
evil. Okay, sorry. Dispel evil and good. Break enchantment.
Natural action, just creature you charmed, frightened, or possessed, or an undead. The creature you touch is no longer charmed by an You're like, yeah, that's
There's no save.
Holy shit.
Damn.
all right. Cool. So you go up and touch the baby, and you pump this into him. Hold on. I'm gonna check to see if there's anything it would do. I just want to make. I don't think it can, but I want to make sure.
I mean, like, if you
so.
wanted to, you could make it like a check for me to touch it or not.
No.
I don't want to like
Check to
just
catch
give-
it.
I am gonna try and catch the baby as the baby falls.
Yeah, no, there's nothing it can do to stop that. So yeah, no, that's fair. So you go and touch the baby, and you watch as like you see the baby like retch up in pain as you hear, as everyone around you hears no, like in your all your head, and all of a sudden you watch as the baby's eye begins to slowly turn back to normal. The teeth slowly like go into its mouth, so the baby has gum, like it's a gummy mouth, and all of a sudden you watch as the baby begins to drop.
And it drops like right into Miki's arms, and she holds it.
So boom, you catch the baby, and the baby is unconscious. Capril, you're holding this bear in your arms, and all of a sudden you see this glow come from inside of the bear, as if it's shining through the eye, like the little eye, like piece of cloth, like the button that you ripped out, tearing off part of like the cloth around its eye. You see this like glow coming from inside as the bear kind of floats up into the sky. I'm just gonna leave the baby. I'm gonna get rid of the baby sprite. Hold on.
Can my hold action go off? It's no longer in
Hang on,
Capriel's hands.
It's still my turn. I still have things I want to do.
Hold on. I'm gonna grab a little bear token. Bear.
Uh-oh. Does that mean we still fight the bear?
Timber!
So.
No. Miki is not
Timbers.
for you. Or Miki is not for you.
No. Oh God! I hit the Windows button.
You just gave me an image in my head of like a little plush chibi Miki, and it's really adorable sounding.
Her name is Miki, and it's just like I'll say the two like on accident sometimes. Like Toby wants her, by the way. Like he wants her so bad.
Mhm.
She's not for him.
Can I take the rest of my
And
turn?
I shall rename it to Bear. Yeah. Yes, you can use the rest of your turn. Yes.
Okay. So Mihi's got the baby in her arms, and she'll turn around and look at the family and smile, and then she'll look down at the baby and say, "Don't worry, I've got you." And I will use my bonus action to Ring of Spell Storing Healing Word level 2
On
on
Baby?
the baby. Yeah.
all right. You say okay. Cool. Roll it. I guess.
Can
Grandpa,
you do that? Those are both leveled spells.
We said that if it was through the Ring of Spell Storing, you could break it because you're using an item instead.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, that was last time. And what's level 2? It's 2d4 plus
2d4 plus 4.
8 points of healing to the baby.
All right. So you do that, and the baby like it kind of had slow breath, and you watch the baby like it kind of opens its little weak eyes, and like.
And she's like, "I got you. Don't worry."
And he
that's my
goes to
turn?
like go to touch your nose and like grab it.
Yeah, you should like let him hold her finger and stuff.
Tiny little baby fingers.
Little baby fingers.
Miki's good with children as long as they're not possessed by devils.
Mhm.
But I guess she is good with those too. Just in a different way.
All right, top of the order.
We're good at murdering them. Does my
Yeah, I was gonna
held
say,
action
Lethius
go
is-
off?
Oh yeah, your held action can go off. Yeah.
Cool. I need it to do a dexterity saving throw then.
Okay, and I guess
Wait,
so
did the bear leave my hands or is it in my hands?
it left your hands.
Oh, thank God.
Is it lightning bolt like a straight line from you to the bear?
It is. So that means Joy and
Well, did it float like up, or like where is it?
it's like right here.
But like
could
how far
definitely
up
take
in
a
the
knee
air?
and angle that up.
Upwards. Yeah, can I aim upwards and still hit it?
Sure.
Okay.
So he's gonna make a dexterity save. You said.
Yes, it does.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
All right, as a reaction. Well, no, this is my reaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn it. All right. Well, it's taking half of this then. Fuck.
This is still taking some.
Yeah.
You know, guys, if I had extra spell slots, I could just do it on that bear too, but I'm out of everything.
Oh, that wasn't even a good roll. Shit.
Only
28.
14.
Yeah, 14
So yeah, 14.
for a 5th level spell.
So you chunk through 14 of its temporary hit points.
Which is almost all the ones it stole from me. It took 17 from me, guys.
And do I go off? I do not.
What number are you on? Because you've been casting throughout the day too.
Yeah,
so you're
I'm
like,
on 4.
Oh man.
okay. So that's how you're on 4 or 5. So yeah. So
Did you roll
Well,
on
are you
this?
on 4 now or are you on 5 now?
I did.
I think this is 4.
Okay.
This is 4. So
Okay.
I'm on 5.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was asking. If you're on 5. Okay. Cool. Yes. Okay. Grandpa, you're up.
Okay. Any other effects at the start of my turn from whatever that stuff was, or am I?
None that you can notice.
Okay. 5, 10. I'm going to move up to Oliphius, and I'm going to use Cure Wounds at a 3rd level from the Staff of Healing. Or no, let's do 4th level. Nah, 3rd level. Let's do 3rd level. So spell. Spells. So it'll be 3d8 plus 4. Oliphius, you will heal for 19 points of health.
Thank God.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to have my spiritual weapon come on over and try to slam into what it was once the baby, but is now the bear creature, possessed creature. So that is a spiritual. 24 to hit this time.
You hit. Yeah, you hit. So
Hey,
it impacts the
13 points of force damage to this teddy bear. Clearly, Grandpa was holding back because it was an adorable baby.
Clearly.
Holding
Now it
back.
has no name. It had a name before.
Actually, it has a name. It's Jules
Still has
Six.
a name.
I guess I should change the bear doll to Julesix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a totally normal name for a bear. I don't know why people would think that's demonic or something.
Yeah, right? Alright, that's my turn, though. That's everything.
All right, at the top of the bear's turn, Cal, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. As suddenly you feel that pain surge through you from drinking.
This is the magical
Oh right,
effect.
Cal did dumb things.
It's a magical effect.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check to make sure. Something real quick. Okay. Just wanted to double check something. 23.
Oh, drop a natural 1.
Cool. Nice. Oh god, yeah, nice. Yeah, cool. So like it still hurts you, but not as much.
Mhm.
Oh wow, that's a much higher roll than last time. You take 9 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. And my max HP is reduced by 9?
Nope, just
Or just 9 points of necrotic damage?
Yeah, with
It's
the
not
baby's action that reduced Grandpa's max.
Okay.
It was not a fun time, confirmed.
So as the baby goes, the baby. I keep saying the baby. As Yuzok looks at like the bear, like head kind of looks around, and it starts to float out. So 5, 10. So let's go that way. So everybody gets an attack.
Wait!
opportunity.
Wait. Oh, so I get to finally use Warcaster as my attack of opportunity.
Your hands moving so quickly, it looks like that like stereotypical like anime, like multiple hands at the same time. You're like,
I'm so excited. I haven't gotten to do this yet. I'm going to
Oh, I get to do that too.
I'm going to Booming Blade.
Ooh,
Uh
clever.
because if it keeps moving, then it'll take even more
Oh,
damage.
doesn't it stop because of Sentinel?
Nope. Because that's a totally different feat.
Okay.
If I use Sentinel specifically to stop an attack, then it will stop moving. But if I use Warcaster, then it won't. They don't stack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
guess we'll go in order. So we'll do Caffrail first.
Scythe.
Nice.
24 to hit. I got better than
Hits.
Cal.
And what, this
All
was this is Booming Blade, right?
Booming Blade, yeah. So this is the scythe damage.
Nice.
And then this is the extra. Wow, wait, I didn't roll that right. This is the extra thunder damage, just regular.
Okay.
And then if it keeps moving willingly after this, it'll take 2d8 more thunder damage.
Okay.
Which it kind of has to if it's leaving your range for you to have a reaction for it. So kind of
That's
has
the
to.
idea.
Mhm.
So I guess.
So you notice the damage from your scythe isn't as effective, but the thunder is just as effective as normal.
We need to get you a magic weapon.
I know, right?
I'm
So
trying.
Okay, so all right, so it hits. Grandpa, are you gonna?
I am, but does Caffrail need to roll the extra booming blade damage? Because
She will when it moves again.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do on my attack next.
Then Olivia should get one too, right?
24 to hit
24 hits.
for 7 piercing damage and where's my thing? I also have one more divine strike. An extra d8 of fire damage. So 7 points of magical fire damage.
Okay, so you notice the spear stab isn't as effective, and also the fire isn't as effective either.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It still hurts, but not as effective.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you hit, and then Olympia's using your Warcaster feat as well, or
Oh, absolutely.
all right, what you gonna do?
Chaos Bolt at level 4.
Fair enough.
Damn.
And you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna also give myself advantage on this piece. This thing hurt me a lot, and I want to do some damage to it. So that will be.
Thank God.
Okay, drop to 2.
Yeah. 28 hits. So
Yay! So this is 3 levels above. So I believe that's an additional d6 for every level. Yes, it is. That's 2d8 and 4d6. So let's do the d8s first. Okay. And then the 3 additional d6. Huh. Okay, so that'll be 25 of...
you roll 2 6s.
Yeah, but I can't have it bounce, and
That's true. That's true. That's true.
it's only when the d8s roll that does it bounce. So it's either acid or poison. I'm gonna say acid. I think this thing's immune to poison damage. So 25 acid.
24 points of acid damage. All right.
25.
That'd be 45. I'm sorry. So that would be okay.
And I haven't burst yet.
All right.
Now I'm
So
on 6.
you watch as the thing hits, and you watch as part of the bear begins to melt a little bit from this acid. As you watch as it melts, you watch as more of this light begins to shine out through like the holes that have been made.
I shouldn't have mended the bear.
It's only the second stage of the boss fight.
And it moves, and then it takes the thunder damage.
Aw, only 4.
Hey, every point counts. And it's the first time Booming Blades happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
see
the
the-
first time it's gone off.
explosion as the bear begins to keep moving over towards Cal, and it
Yep.
looks over, and he's like, "Oh well, looks like I'll take you then." And he watches like the light shines onto you, and I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw at disadvantage.
Just a straight roll because I have advantage against magical effects.
That's fair. Then yeah, just a straight roll.
Come on, get it good, Cal. Get it.
But does he want to? He asked for this.
Roll low, it'll be funny.
Oh, 9!
He asked for this to get rid of the baby possession, not the bear.
If you survive this, I'm gonna kill you.
Should have sentineled.
You take 17 points.
Oh wow!
Your maximum hit points gets reduced by 17.
Fuck.
Okay.
And then you watch as the bear's spectre, the ethereal black claws, reach out from this bear and goes to grab a hold of you. Like it did do Olympius.
That exact noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Seagull. He's
That is
back.
a 24 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
Can I see it from all the holes that we have made?
Roll me perception.
Okay. That's a
Nope.
3. No, I can't.
Nope.
Damn it.
Hits for 16 points of slashing damage. As the spectral claws kind of dig into you and pull you close, as you watch as the stitching kind of rips a little bit, and you watch as this golden light shines through, and you watch as these large gnarly teeth inside the bear's mouth, and it tries to bite down on top of you.
16 points of damage.
21.
Hits.
All right.
Oh boy.
It is 35 points of piercing damage.
How much?
Reaction to parry it.
Okay, that's fair. So as it comes down, you quickly move your pauldron in the way, so it's even though it's gonna kind of scrape your neck a little bit, you're able to move just in time for most of the impact to go into your pauldron. And kind of lets you go a little bit, and you watch as it turns its attention over to Judith as it goes 5 as it goes. So let's see, it had moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's going to go all the way around you, and it's going to go right there, and you watch as it starts looking at Judith. But that's all I can do right now. So,
Okay.
Kaffarel, you're up.
Alrighty. I am going to hop out of this wagon. 5, 10, 15. And then moving through allies is still regular movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 25, 30, and then is it bonus action to regular move or to
For you it is because you have Expeditious Retreat on right now.
All right, well here's 30. I need to bonus action to activate my smite, or not my smite. I'm not a paladin. My bullet rate though.
I mean, you're within range of the thing.
Yeah, I am within range of the thing. I just need to strategically position to protect the most people, I guess. And I guess these two are the most well, would they be considered allies for the purposes of Sentinel?
Yeah, you're not fighting them, and you quite like them, I imagine, at least.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'll end my 30 feet of movement right there. bonus action to activate my Crimson Right lightning version.
Okay.
Green lightning crackles around my scythe. I'm gonna... Wait, did I see anybody use lightning on this thing yet?
Lightning bolted. I got lightning bolted.
Yeah, it did.
And it took full damage from it, right?
Well, it dodged, but yes.
It dodged, and you also noticed that the lightning did kind of absorb into. I did the math, but I forgot to say that. So it does look like lightning isn't. It still hurt it, but not quite as effective.
Okay. Damn.
Okay.
Well.
Still damage though.
Still damage. Damn. Ooh. It looks like Capriel winces though when she activates it. Like it really stings her when she does. And she is going to use Booming Blade.
Cool.
And that is a 25 to hit.
Yep. Yep, that hits.
Right. I get... Nope, that's a 7, not a 1. All right, so 12, and then...
Nice.
6.
Pain
And
ending.
then bonus action for the Mystic Frenzy bonus attack.
The bonus action was your
You
right,
already
wasn't
bonus
it?
action
Oh,
these
no,
are right,
never
yeah.
mind. Never mind. I'm a dumbass. Never mind.
It's okay. I still love you.
So yeah, just that then. If it moves, then it'll take... Wait, did I roll? Oh, wait, I didn't roll the Booming Blade damage, though.
There you go.
6. There we go.
Noise.
And also, thank you, Roll for Idiocy, for subscribing with Twitch Prime.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Cool. All right, yeah. So, like you come down and slash down at it, and just, and there it goes, and like you watch as like this bear slowly being kind of torn to pieces, and you watch as like Joy is like all of them are kind of like frozen in fear, like they cannot move, not like magically, but just like they're so in fear they just cannot move.
I have that effect on people.
But is that your
I
turn?
would agree.
That's my turn.
Okay, cool. Cal, you're up.
Nothing weird happens.
Nothing at the moment.
Action. I cast Heroism on Jebediah. The lightning courses out of my pauldrons from the Holy Symbol, and I grab him on the shoulder and I yell, "Grab your family and get to the cot!" And I point, or get to the carriage, and I point at the chortling turtle. I think Heroism might actually be a bonus action.
It's an action.
It is an action. It is an
I think
action. But he's immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to my charisma casting modifier at the start of his turn. With my bonus I'm not going to use a bonus action. But I will draw Heaven's Fang and stand my ground.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
How many extra hit points?
3 temporary hit points at the start of his turn. He's not in the turn order, but I want to
No.
get them out of here.
He'll go at the end of the turn. He'll go at the end of the turn order.
Okay.
But yeah, you do that. The kind of jolt of lightning kind of shocks him like out. It's like, right, and he looks over at his family, and it looks like he's about to start moving. But right now, Oliphius, you're up.
Alright, Oliphius is going to do 5, 10, 15, 15, 20. Stepping out of the cart, he's gonna round the corner, lining up another shot as he yells out, "This has been the weirdest 24 hours I think we've had yet!" And he's going to cast another Chaos Bolt at level 4.
Alex, you need to speak up. You're getting quiet again.
That was perfectly paired with Alex sitting quiet and the music going.
Yeah.
He's casting another level 4 chaos bolt.
Okay.
22.
22 hits.
Oh, thank God. First round of damage is 8. Add on 15, so 23.
Okay.
And I believe that was I'll do another thing of acid damage.
Cool. So you shoot and really. Hold on. Yeah, I guess. All right, so you shoot, and I watch this bolt hits this bear, and you watch as the acid begins to burn off the rest. The rest of the bear begins to burn away and melt and just hit the ground. And you watch as this bear finally melts away. You see inside is this glowing golden what looks like some sort of crystal. And as the bear finally melts off the rest of the way, you watch the crystal start to crack and then shatter as replacing it.
Oh boy.
Did I do a dumb?
This
I hope I
wasn't
didn't
even
do
his
it
final
dumb.
form.
Third stage of boss
Phase
fight.
transition. Everybody stack up for new ads.
What is that?
Hold on.
Oh.
Do that so that way it's
Oh wait, it's the thing Adam
sorry.
sent me. Yeah, I know what this is. I've seen this in my visions from my definitely totally cool patron,
Mhm.
Mitch.
I really like that.
Not
It looks like
bad.
it's crawling out of. Looks like it's crawling out of the token.
Yeah,
That's
it
really
does.
cool.
the crystal
really cool.
shatters as this humanoid shape all of a sudden appears there with these huge large bat-like wings, bat-like ears, and a large mouth with gnarly sharp teeth inside and horns sticking out from its forehead as it looks around and goes, finally, and looks around and looks at the rest of you and says, I must thank you, but it is a shame you have to go. So is that your turn?
I think I did a bad.
Olivia's why?
I think you just pushed the phase too soon. We weren't ready for the transition yet, but we'll recover. Adjust.
All right, so that's your turn.
Sorry. I'm gonna spend my bonus action to restore one of my sorcery points, and I guess that's it.
All right. As your turn starts to go, you feel the weird feeling enrapturing your body.
Oh boy.
Wonderful. 15. If that's I turn blue, I'm gonna be so mad.
That would be so funny.
Do it.
This is the
Turn
most
blue,
non-combatants
turn
we've ever
blue.
had grouped up.
For the next minute, I gain 5 hit points at the start of each of my turns.
Oh, regeneration! Cool.
Yay!
Oh, good effect. Who could have predicted that outcome?
Oh, it doesn't even say if I'm down or up. So if I go down, I immediately heal myself.
Oh my god.
Holy
Man, my
cow.
wild magic is such a burden, guys. It caused me to from all my friends.
So as the expulsion of this weird feeling finally ends, you just kind of look and you watch as your wounds that you've sustained begin to slowly start to close up,
And then you turn blue.
and then you can
And
And then you
blow
blow
up.
up.
and then you blow up.
Oh my god.
Me, you're up.
Okay, so I'm assuming that the chortling turtle carriage is to the north east
Yeah.
upper right hand corner. Okay, so in that case,
Well, it's off
Mihi
the
is
map, but yeah.
right. Mihi is going to be clutching the baby in one arm, like underneath her arm, kind of like football carry, and then holding Grim in that hand. And then she's running this way. So she's gonna yell, "I'll cover them as they retreat." 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There. And then I would like to cast Frostbite at the demon thingy. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That is a 10. It fails.
It very much fails. So it takes 8 points of frost damage.
Okay.
Unimportantly. But more importantly, it has disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay. You notice that the frostbite doesn't affect it as much. It still harms it, but not as much.
I need to debuff it. Make it not hit so bad.
I know. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, it expected. I do have a bonus action actually. Is anybody hurt? Hell is hurt. I'll say, hang in there, Cal, and I will use bonus action to cast Healing Word at level 1. You heal for 6, Cal.
Hey.
I'm gonna need some recharges after this one.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's actually totally empty. Oh man, you forgot to fill it up after you spent.
Yeah, I realized I did once combat started.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so Jebediah looks at his family and goes, "Move!" And so Jebediah starts to go. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. How brutal do I want to be?
Towards Jebediah, you want to be very brutal.
Okay, I'll be very brutal.
Good.
Okay, so Judith runs 5, 10, 15.
Oh no! No, I said towards
25,
Jebediah!
30. And then as Joy goes 5, 10.
Disadvantage.
You watch as this demonic looking being looks over at Joy and goes to strike.
Sentinel attack!
Okay, yeah, go for it.
And it has disadvantage.
It has disadvantage.
Yeah, but how much armor does a 10-year-old
Has to beat a 10.
Probably 10.
It's probably gonna hit.
Shut it, you.
Unless it rolls a natural 1.
26 to hit.
Cool, that's what it rolled too.
Oh, God.
On disadvantage?
Yeah. It dropped to 19.
Well, I deal 15 points, 5 of which is lightning, 10 of which is slashing, as it goes to strike at the little girl, and I'm like, don't you dare!
You watch as the claws come down and strike down and hit Joy as they tear into her skin, and you watch as blood splatters all across the ground in front, and she hits the ground.
Oh, she loved that bear.
You live by the bear, you die by the bear.
She looks up from the snow all red, but I loved you. Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Damn you, Adam. Damn you.
Oh, this is gonna be very. You guys aren't like.
Cal uses his reaction to. I'm gonna use my reaction to scream out the diamond at Grandpa, and he drops Heaven's Fangs and holds his hand open.
Like, for me to
Actually,
toss to
Grandpa
you.
could probably get to her.
So it's up to Grandpa what he wants to do, but that's what Cal's reaction is.
Well, it's Grandpa's turn.
Also, did you prep Banish today?
Yeah, I did. That's what I was thinking. I'm going to move over to Cal, and as a free action, I'm going to drop the diamond into his hand from my bag. And as my action, I'm going to banish the creature, or attempt to banish the creature.
That is a charisma saving throw, right?
It is.
Okay, it has advantage.
Ah, fuck.
Wow.
What? Well, what?
It got an 11.
Nice!
All right,
thank
so
God.
Bye-bye!
I thrust my staff in the air. The light from the alms box glows incredibly bright, casting a circular shadow below the creature as it sinks down into the shadow, and eventually it closes over it, and it is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, as it sinks in the ground, it's like, no, I was free!
And I just slam my staff into this the snowy ground.
Yeah.
So, reviving a child.
Grandpa, hurry!
I gave the
Cal
diamond to
grabs
Cal.
the-
I gave it to
Cal-
Cal. I don't have it.
Cal
Cal!
grabs the diamond and
Yeah, you rush. You can rush over.
dives
We're not
dives
anymore.
across the dives
We're-
across the fire next to her and clutches the diamond to his chest, and there's no words. There's words that are attempting to come out, but it's just kind of choking, and you can see tears are streaming down his face, and he looks up to the sky, and he holds the diamond up to the sky, and radiant butterflies start to fly, or not butterflies, fireflies fly up around the diamond, till it's just a circular swarm of fireflies, and the only coherent words that come out is "please give her back to them," and when he says "please give them back to them," the swarm of fireflies explodes out, kind of covering, and there's this bright flash, and they can't really see for a second, and they kind of cascade down over Joy, and Calicast's Revivify.
Okay. Who wants to roll 20?
I'll roll it, just because I cast it.
Good luck.
It's an 11.
Can
As
I
fire
modify that?
Nope, you can't.
Damn it.
As the butterflies begin to swirl around
Sorry.
and all they land individually, each one by one, on Joy's body, you watch as slowly the butterflies get absorbed into her body, and slowly the gigantic gash that was ripped out of her back begins to heal up, and all of a sudden her eyes open up. She
Mickey falls back into the snow, still clutching the baby in her arms.
Jebediah and Judith rush up to their daughter, not realizing exactly what happened until literally they heard the no, turned around and saw Joy on the ground. And they rush over, and they Jebediah picks up his
Breathing
daughter.
into Mike. Breathing into Mike. Sorry.
Picks up his daughter and hugs her tightly, and they both begin to cry. All of them, Judith, Joy, and Jebediah, all begin to just cry incessantly on everything that happened.
Grandpa has a couple tears welling up, but he's concentrating on banishment.
I will
no.
I will holding the baby in my arms, walk up to the family and here.
Judith looks over and takes the baby and just it looks like she's about to say words, and just the emotion is just so much she just can't speak, and she just pulls you in.
Mickey hugs her back tightly, but to make sure to not crush the baby.
Of course.
Caffriel gets rid of disguise self.
Oh right, I forgot about that. Mickey looks very awkward in the hug at first, but it's yeah, okay.
They all
raises his hands up, seeing that the spell worked, and tears are streaming down his face, and the fireflies coalesce to pick up some of the snow, and the white form of Gideon appears next to him, and he kind of just grabs the mane and swings a leg over the horse and rides off towards Golden. And here.
Jebediah and Judith look up at the group, well, especially after seeing, Cal take off. and they look around and they notice Caffriel, and they're like, they don't question it. And Jebediah goes, "Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, is there anything we can do?"
Don't buy teddy bears from strange merchants anymore.
Yeah, I really don't. Live well,
Live a happy life together.
love them.
And maybe next time, sometimes telling people your problems can help.
We were just...
I don't think they could.
Yeah. We couldn't. Anytime we tried to tell someone, it would make it so we couldn't speak.
I understand. You did well, though. You held everything together until help arrived.
We tried.
You're safe now.
Here. Jebediah puts Joy down and rushes past you all and runs up into the wagon. And you hear shuffling as if like he's going through something. And eventually he comes out and climbs down the wagon and starts walking up, and he walks up to the first one, the closest one.
Oliphius, probably.
Yeah. And he looks at you, Oliphius, and he goes, "I know it's not much, but..." And he hands over what looks like to be like maybe a ruby about like the size of like, it's a pretty decent size one. You can like grab it in one hand, but it's not massive. It's like, not like you can clench your...
Can I do like a knowledge check or something to ascertain its value, or?
Yeah, sure. I'm just let you know, for you, the DC is gonna be a little higher than it would be for a couple other people in your group.
Could I do? No, just
That's fair.
You have no idea. It looks pretty. It looks nice.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gotta be worth 10 billion.
Maybe it's a diamond worth 1 million gold.
Maybe.
I ain't giving you that easy.
I don't suppose this is something we should expect from Srimond now that you can talk plainly.
No, I'm pretty sure our case was a unique one.
Get the
Where
bear
were
from
you?
Srimond?
Oh, let me explain. And then Caffriel tells them what she saw when she did grim psychometry on the bear. And then she also explains to them why she wanted to touch the bear, because it would show her exactly where it came from.
Wow, that's
Oh, you can
impressive,
do that?
Caffriel.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
very, very good talent.
Sounds incredibly useful.
It
We
also
should
works
use-
with places.
We should use that like all the time.
We really should.
Does it work with people?
I don't know about people. I know it works with objects and places.
Well,
I had a dream about it. And then I tried it, and then it worked.
if you need to test it anytime, I know exactly what you'll see.
Can you use it when we get back home on that basement? That way we can learn more about what was going on. No, the
Yes.
ritual basement. No, the ritual basement.
That's not a
I'll
ritual
learn a thing
basement.
or two. That is a
It is
great
my
idea.
bedroom, Oliphius.
Oh, I thought he was talking about my basement.
No, he was talking about my
That was on
bedroom.
the second floor.
The ritual room is where
Oh.
Mihi is sleeping.
Well, I
The
mean,
BDSM dungeon is in the basement. The
Using
ritual
it-
room is what Mihi uses for her room.
using it on my basement would be way more fun, and I would learn a lot of things. You're right.
This is really not the time.
Yeah, it's also
Bring
not.
back to life.
She doesn't know what we're talking about. She's very young. Aren't you young, Joy?
Anyways, it
Do you
was
need-
wonderful meeting you. Thank you very much for the gem and the meal. Sorry that the meal. I guess. Why am I apologizing?
I'd like to say thank you for the meal, but maybe you should dump that into the snow.
Yeah,
it hurt a lot.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't eat your meal because I thought you were going to poison me, and I was correct.
I'm just polite. What can I say?
Yeah, we had to. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you.
No.
But also, I'm still hungry.
I mean, to be fair, it was actually still a pretty tasty stew, not going to lie.
Thank you.
Where will you go now?
I mean, Jen the Jebediah goes, well, we've already sold our place and decided to make our way to Stockton, so that's where we're going.
Do you need any help getting there, or?
No, when I said that we probably bought more than we needed to, that wasn't a lie.
Also, really don't have time.
You're right.
Actually, a thought occurred to me. I turn to Boulder, who was, feet away from all of that.
No, he was a fair bit away.
She
Wait,
still saw us fighting.
They had him
It's
far
not
away.
far
now.
for him.
Yeah.
You look over and you watch as he's like asleep.
Well, he has been carrying us for most of the day. That's understandable. I don't know how much hill giants need to sleep. Maybe they're like cats.
He does certainly eat a lot.
Richard.
All right. We need to talk to Sebastian and let him know that Boulder has a sleep cycle of 24 hours a day.
Well, stay safe, please.
You too.
Safe travels to you all. May Malduin watch over your caravan.
Thank you.
Oh no, my internet's dying.
Oh no.
So as you guys go back to Boulder and wake him up, and Jebediah and his family begin to pack up and make their way, I think this is a good place for us to end tonight's session.
Woo! Saved a little girl and a baby.
Yeah, I
Didn't
can't believe we managed to
kill
get out
the
of that.
baby.
Yeah, how did we get out of
Yeah.
that with nobody
Yeah.
dying?
That
Damn.
was pretty good.
Well,
Clutch
Red
res, Cal.
did die.
Really
Oh,
clutch
Also,
res.
do
Hard second
our
roll.
hit point maximums stay reduced?
They stay reduced until you take a short or long rest.
Okay.
So I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us today. We love each and every one of you, and we hope to see you all next time. Bye.